prepared to survive, this ageless wonder is among the elites. Now in his 9th season, Cooper is better than ever, and he's still the heart and soul of this traditional AFL powerhouse. Another mainstay in the AFL was the Albany Firebirds, the 1999 Arena Bowl champs. Now these birds have migrated west to Indiana, but they didn't forget to pack scoring machine Eddie Brown. Back from retirement and better than ever, he's again terrorizing and taunting opposing defenses. Will touchdown Brown get down in the desert today? A battle of perennial playoff powers have brought the fans to America West Arena. And while it is over 100 degrees outside, the temperature inside will have nothing on what's cooking out there. We've got Indiana and Arizona going head-to-head, and the tempers and the temperatures are going to be high this afternoon. Hi, everybody. Welcome to America West Arena. I'm Eli Gold. Glad you're able to spend part of your Sunday afternoon with us here on TNN Sports. You know, change is part of sports. Obviously, Albany moving to Indiana. But if either the Firebirds or the Rattlers are to again win an Arena Bowl championship, they're going to do it with new quarterbacks. Mike Pulowski is gone from the Firebirds, leaving the route of free agency. Cedric Bonner was injured in game number 1 earlier this year, so the Rattlers are without him. And that brings us to the gentleman who joins me in the booth each and every week, 9-year NFL veteran John Yurkovich, who during his career with the Dolphins, the Packers, the Jaguars, and the Browns experienced a number of quarterbacking changes. How disruptive is that, Yurko?
It was disruptive, especially to Don Mikowski, to Brett Favre. And the biggest concern for Brett Favre, as will be the concern for Chad May and Raymond Filyaw, will be confidence. And the confidence that they'll be able to develop and the seat time that they have. Both of these quarterbacks have already led their teams to 3 wins respectively. The biggest thing to break confidence, interceptions and turnovers. And the quarterback that can avoid those interceptions and turnovers will continue to give his team confidence, and they'll be able to win games.
Matter of fact, Filyaw struggled in the 4th quarter last game. He threw 2 interceptions. The team fumbled once. That allowed an 18-point lead to totally evaporate. That's what they have to avoid here today. Meanwhile, anytime we do a Firebird Rattler game, we've got to talk about Hunky Cooper and touchdown Eddie Brown. They are what really makes these teams go.
The 2 superstars on these teams, and they have the biggest impact. Hunky's the best two-way player in AFL history. He epitomizes what the Iron Man is about. Eddie Brown, the most prolific pass catcher in AFL history. And like Chris Carter of the Minnesota Vikings, all Eddie Brown does is score touchdowns.
And then there's this guy. All he does is win football games, whether it was as an assistant coach dating back to 1991 or more recently as the head coach. Mike Daly calls the shots for the Firebirds. He followed the organization to Indiana, and he's on the field right now with a 3rd member of our broadcast team, Jill Arrington.
That's right, Eli. I'm here with the Firebirds head coach, Mike Daly. Indiana is known for having great quarterbacks. You don't have Pulowski anymore, but Raymond Filyaw's really stepped in. How is he adjusting to your offense?
Raymond's done a great job. You know, he's our number 2 quarterback last year. Did a great job last year preparing himself to play. Even though he knew he was number 2 and was playing behind Mike Pulowski, each week he prepared himself. I think that's helped him coming into this year. Made a great transition to being the starter. And other than 1 quarter last week, it's played almost perfect. So hopefully he can continue to grow and be better as the season goes on.
Well, you're in a hostile environment today. It's a really big game, and I'm sure Eddie Brown knows that better than anyone. He's probably waited a year to get back out here. What are you expecting from him today?
Eddie's a great player, and he missed being away from football. I know he's excited about being back. I know he loves the national audience, so hopefully we'll see something great out of Eddie tonight.
All right, good luck to you, Coach. Thanks for coming over.
Thank you.
All right, good luck. Well, when we come back, the 2 guys calling the plays in the huddle today aren't the only fresh faces under center this season. 2001 has brought with it a stable of new quarterbacks. We'll check their progress when we come back. One of the leaders of that tough Arizona defense, defensive specialist Cecil Doggett, ready to show his stuff today.
Attention U.S. veterans between the ages of 50 and 79. This message is for honorably discharged United States veterans from all branches of service, including the reserves. Message also applies to spouses and widows. You are eligible to apply for term life insurance benefits under a veterans-only program now available in most states from Veterans Life Insurance Company. Stay tuned for details. Many veterans and their families have received this notice advising them of eligibility for benefits. If you did not receive one, you may not be aware you could qualify to apply for life insurance coverage from Veterans Life Insurance Company. If you're a U.S. veteran, age 50 to 79, or the spouse or widow of a veteran, you can still apply for $5,000 or $10,000 of supplemental life insurance exclusively at vets-only rates. Call this number now to request your no-cost, no-obligation benefit eligibility statement from Veterans Life with the rate for your age and steps you must take to apply. Call the number on your screen now. It's toll-free. You'll also receive a Veterans Burial Benefits update that explains government benefits you're entitled to, what's covered, and the dollar amount under current laws. This life insurance benefit for veterans ages 50 to 79 is not automatic. Call now to request information. Veteran spouses and widows are also eligible to apply. Just call this toll-free number now.
Veterans only. Call 1-800-700-9449 for your benefit eligibility statement, rate, and the free Veterans Burial Update. Call 1-800-700-9449. That's 1-800-700-9449. Call now.
Honoring your past, securing your future. That's Veterans Life Insurance Company. Additional life insurance at vets-only rates. Applications are being accepted now. For yours, just call this number. Information is free and there's no obligation.
TNN Sports live coverage of the Arena Football League is being brought to you by Ford. The best-selling trucks are built Ford tough.
Welcome back to Phoenix, Arizona. We're in the Snake Pit, also known as America West Arena, where the Arizona Rattlers are hosting the Indiana Firebirds on the TNN Arena Football Game of the Week. Kickoff is just a few minutes away. Well, when these two teams do take the field, they'll take it with quarterbacks who are newcomers to the starting position. Arizona's Chad May is replacing the injured Cedric Bonner, and Indiana's Raymond Filial, he's having quite a season as a new starter for the Indiana Firebirds, but they're just a couple of newcomers to the quarterback position around the Arena Football League who are making a splash this year. One of the most impressive performances so far this season came from Chicago's rookie quarterback Billy Dicken last week. In his first AFL start, the former Purdue standout threw for 8 touchdowns and no interceptions en route to a rush comeback victory over Indiana. He was named AFL MVP of the week for his efforts. Another hot hand is Firebirds' Raymond Filial, who was 5 weeks into the season before throwing his first interception. Coming into this week, he's second in the league in touchdowns thrown with 27. Meanwhile, leading the league in passing yards is Buffalo's rookie quarterback Jim Kubiak. Kubiak's 26 touchdowns have led the Destroyers to a 3-2 record, where they're tied for the lead in the Eastern Division. Another rookie worth mentioning is Orlando's Craig Wheelahan. In just 2 games this season, Wheelahan has thrown 9 touchdowns, and last week he led the Predators to their first win of the season. But rookies aren't the only newfound quarterback success stories this year. Expansion has given veteran backups like Scott Simpson-Felser and Pat O'Hara a chance to be the #1 guy on the roster. They're both making the most of that opportunity.
I think the reason is that they're all guys that have been in systems for more than a year. I mean, you don't see. I think when you see guys struggle is when they're not only trying to learn the system for the first time, but they're trying to learn this game for the first time. It's a pretty simple game, but if you're not used to the pace, the tempo, the speed at which things open up, it can really make you look foolish if you're not careful.
Well, these guys haven't looked foolish so far, and they'll try to keep it that way today. Chad May and Raymond Filial looking to turn some heads in the arena.
All right, Jill, thank you very much. And it's going to be an interesting battle today. The two coaches, well, you've already heard from both of them. There is Mike Daly, the 1999 AFL Coach of the Year, and Danny White in his 10th year with the Rattlers, the only coach and general manager that this team here at the Purple Palace has ever had. Nelson Garner getting set to kick it off to Hunky Cooper. As Indiana, the former Albany Firebird team, they've had some trouble defending on kickoff runbacks. And they're facing one of the very best here as we're underway in Phoenix. Hunky plays it off the net. No special teams problem there, Yurko, to the 7-yard line where Greg Hopkins makes the tackle.
One of the Firebirds' biggest concerns is covering Hunky Cooper on the kickoff returns. Did a nice job of surrounding him there, bringing him down.
Chad May, the number 2 AFL passer 2 years ago, and he is a guy who has set 10 Big 8 and 28 school records at Kansas State, a bona fide quarterback. Quick motion and the quick release to Maurice Bryant to get him out across the 10 to about the 11-yard line. Let's take a look at the starting offense for Arizona. Bo Kelly is a fine rusher, number 2 all-time for Arizona. He's only 46 yards behind number 1 man, Bob McMillan. Wendell Gaines, who had 3 receptions also as a tight end. He is one who is keying that offensive line. High motion. Off the hands of Calvin Schexnayder, who is just activated in time for this football game, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down play. The defense for Indiana, Chris Snyder, a 2-year starter when he played for Joe Paterno at Penn State, and Cornelius Coe joining Lamar Grant and Jay Jones. Coe, the number 1 tackler in this league, as he was last year in AF2, the number 1 tackler when he played for Quad Cities. Notice no Cedric Walker. He's out injured. May to Schexnayder, and Shakes makes the grab out to the 21-yard line. Jay Jones makes the stop, and you hear the reaction of the fans to Calvin Schexnayder, the former Washington State product, 7th year with Arizona, after not playing last year and playing sparingly in '99 because of a foot injury. But he, as you see from those numbers, can do it all, John.
He's an impressive wide receiver. They've really missed him. The record's 3-1, but they've missed his presence out there as a receiver. And he's a guy they look to catch touchdown passes.
Maurice Bryant in motion. They look his way. He's covered. May's going to try and run out of trouble. And the man's wide open in the end zone. Touchdown. Through all of that scrambling, nobody picked up Schexnayder. And 28 yards later, May makes a touchdown, 0.5 and the Rattlers are on top 6-0.
You can't expect the defensive backs to cover the wide receivers all day. Cornelius Coe is back there in coverage. Once May starts to scramble, he just finds a wide open Schexnayder sitting in the corner. You can't expect the defensive backs to cover all day. He just got lost in the shuffle. As soon as Cornelius Coe looked into the backfield, Schexnayder slipped away into the corner and it's touchdown.
Now the newest kicker for the Rattlers, Ignacio Brachet. He's in to handle the chores. You might remember Kyle Pooler. He is out with an abdominal strain, forcing the hiring of Ignacio right there. 4 plays, 42 yards, 3 minutes and 6 seconds on the drive. The Rattlers have struck first.
Hey, America, what's your vice?
Probably my biggest vice is my motorcycle.
Sex chat room. You don't want to know, you're a man.
You know, the thought of someone watching just does it for me. The thrill.
Gotta be gambling.
Of knowing.
Martinis.
That I might get caught.
It's gotta be a good gin.
Total exhibition.
Is running a vice?
Watch the Miami Vice Memorial Day Marathon, Monday, May 28th, all day on TNN.
I'm going to see about a credit card.
Oh, but honey.
Rejected.
Rejected?
You have no future.
But I just got a great job.
Run, little man, run!
What kind of bank is this?
Take that! Honey, I already got us a Capital One card.
33 million people have chosen Capital One to help build their financial future. So you don't have to put up with the same old banks. Check your mailbox or log on to CapitalOne.com today for some of the best rates in the nation on products like CDs, money market accounts, and platinum cards.
Next applicant!
Capital One.
What's in your wallet?
store your favorite shows digitally, so you can watch them whenever you want. Ultimate TV. Take your DirecTV programming to the ultimate.
Okay, which one's better, 1 or 2?
That would be 2.
Good. Now, 1 or 2?
2 again.
All right. Now, better 1 or 2?
Definitely 2.
Want to see big savings on replacement contacts? Call Lens Express. You call us, we call your doctor. You save up to 50% off the retail price. For name brand contacts, just like the doctor ordered, call 1-800-LENS-EXPRESS.
Indiana coach Mike Daly not smiling because he's trailing, and he has a touch of the flu. Has not been feeling well the last few days. Jay Jones is set to handle the kick from Ignacio Brachet. Off the iron. Jones put out by the 8-yard line. Joe Birch makes the stop as Raymond Filyaw, the quarterback out of Northeast Louisiana. And there you see the numbers over the last couple of games for him. If you know the last name Filyaw, his cousin Dino plays for the New Orleans Saints.
Impressive.
From a football-playing family down there on the bayou. Jones, Hopkins, and Brown are the wide receivers. Brown wears 17. That is he in motion. That is he open. That is he being overthrown by his quarterback. Jarek Bledsoe was trying to go stride for stride, but could not stay with him. Checking out the Indiana offense. They get a look at who starts, including Greg Hopkins, the number 2 receiver on the ball club. Last year, he had 32 touchdown receptions. Sakura Kyle Moore Brown, who joined the Birds back in '94 out of the University of Kansas, and Mark Balbo, another good, proven veteran at the tight end spot for Indiana. On a 2nd and 10 now from their own 8-yard line. Filyaw overthrows Hopkins. He was looking for Greg at the 20-yard line. Good tight defense by Arizona. And the starters on the Rattler defense include that group anchored by Oscar Sturgis, one of the best pass rushers you're going to see this afternoon. And Oliver Cecil Doggett, Jarek Bledsoe, a good cover man with good closing speed there in the defensive backfield. Big 3rd down play. The Birds on the year, 67% in 3rd down conversions, 18 of 27. Into the hands of Hopkins as he was hit by Doggett just as the football got there. And the fans who begin to bark just a bit as the Doggett makes the play.
That ball hit Hopkins in the hands. He should have had it. Doggett gets there right on time, but the ball did go right into Hopkins' hands. He should have came down. Filyaw finally puts a pass on target here, right into the hands of Hopkins. Unfortunately, he drops it. They're forced to try a field goal here.
This will be a 58-yard field goal attempt, matching the distance that Garner hit from last year against New Jersey. So we know he has the leg to get it there. But in this case, not the accuracy, but it's a loose football. It's live. It's covered up by Jones, and he carries it back. Touchdown, Indiana. Touchdown, Indiana. Jay Jones playing it off the net. It is a live football. Hunky Cooper says, I couldn't find the handle on it. And watch number 5, Jay Jones.
Nelson Garner gets an assist on this. He gets away from Hunky Cooper, and Cooper's one of the best at playing it off the nets. The Firebirds give him 5 yards to handle that ball. Jay Jones comes up with it, and there's Nelson Garner. He says, yep, I'm a big part of that. I received the big A, the big assist on that play.
Now the extra point attempt by Garner. Filyaw is the holder. John May does the snapping. And folks, if you've not been exposed to the Arena Football League, this is why they pack these buildings all across the country. Hunky says, I'm in trouble. Jay Jones says, you darn right you are. Touchdown, Indiana.
Not looking so great? To your mate? Now you can roll your way to a trim-toned waistline with the amazing PowerTech XL, the latest fitness breakthrough that targets your entire midsection to give you a sleek, sexy stomach in just minutes a day. Crunches and sit-ups can be a pain in the neck and they only work a few muscles. But PowerTech XL allows you to move from side to side, targeting all 4 abdominal groups, so you'll have rock-hard abs with no strain and no pain. The secret is PowerTech's unique spring-loaded design. Simply roll out, and the spring mechanism allows you to roll back and contract the muscles in your stomach for a total abdominal workout, guaranteed. Plus, PowerTech XL's variable resistance makes it perfect for men and women of every fitness level, so you don't have to be in great shape to get in great shape. You'll see incredible results in no time. But it doesn't just work your abs. PowerTech XL also tones your arms, shoulders, back, hips, and thighs for a total body workout. Best of all, the handles come off quickly and easily so you can take your PowerTech XL anywhere. And you'll receive this protective pad to make your workout easy on your knees. We'll also include the PowerTech XL instruction booklet, specially designed to guide you step by step through each exercise, so you can target your entire midsection and get in the best shape of your life. And now, the one and only PowerTech XL, complete with instruction book and protective pad, can be yours through this special TV offer for only $19.95. So stop struggling with sit-ups and crunches that just don't work. Call now and say goodbye to that belly and hasta la vista to those love handles with the amazing PowerTech XL. Order now.
To order your PowerTech XL, have your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-494-4114. Or send check or money order for $19.95 plus $6.95 shipping and handling to PowerTech XL, 6960 Eastgate Boulevard, Lebanon, Tennessee. For quicker service, call 1-800-494-4114.
Welcome back, and watch Hunky Cooper on that last play.
This ball's coming down. It's going to go bouncing off the nets. Hunky's got a chance to go after it, but right there, he takes a double take and doesn't go make a stab at it, and Jay Jones recovers and goes in for a touchdown. I thought Hunky should have went after the ball, tipped it away, gave his team a chance to recover that ball, but he didn't do it.
So we are tied at 7. Garner will be kicking it away to Hunky Cooper, who needs 34 return yards for 10,000 in his career. He could get it here if he goes to midfield or beyond. Not this time. He's tripped up out to the 12 with a flag on the play. First time we will see referee Bill McCabe, who will indicate the penalty upcoming on the Indiana Firebirds there first. Let's go downstairs. Jill is caught up with the first of many special guests today.
Well, that's right. I found a guy that Arizona is probably missing. Cedric Bonner, lots of injuries, but I hear rumors that you're going to be back next week, possibly?
Hopefully next week, if not then the week after.
All right, how's that injury recovery coming? You got to be pretty disciplined. I know you got hurt the end of last year, and now again this year. It's got to be frustrating.
Definitely, it's a little frustrating, but you got to just keep working and try to put it behind you and believe that you're doing the right things to get better.
Well, the guy that stepped in there for you, how's Chad May doing?
Chad's doing a great job, and never had any doubt that he would. And the one thing that I assured Chad of, together we want to win a championship together. That's all that matters to both of us. And we're best of friends off the field. We hang out all the time, and I'm pulling for him all the time.
It's all about teamwork. Back to you guys.
All right, Jill, thanks. They've waved off that flag. Here's the quick release to Hunky Cooper. He goes nowhere. Carl Sacco comes in and picks him up with a nice ankle top tackle. So again, that block in the back that you saw Bill McCabe signal before, they waved it off after further review. That infraction did not take place. Let's listen in to Chad May.
12 X sideline on 1-on-1. Ready?
The quarterback out of Kansas State, who was a finalist for the Johnny Unitas Award when he was a senior at K-State. From his own 11. Pass deflected by Sacco, and it goes incomplete. Carl Sacco, another one of those who, with the organization, came over from the Albany Firebirds.
Sacco does a nice job staying in the defensive box, which he can't go out of. Gets his hand on it, doesn't draw the penalty. A wonderful job, because the Rattlers had a pick play on and they had a receiver open. Good job on Sacco to get a hand on the ball.
Now Arizona, just 10 of 26 in third down conversions this year. That one's good, out to the 20-yard line, complete to Maurice Bryant. Maurice Bryant, and May rifled that one in, Yurko.
May, what a wonderful job. May planted, and he fired. Maurice Bryant comes down with a nice catch. It looked like he had a lot of room in the middle. Cornelius Coe giving him a little room, stumbles. Bryant comes down with the catch, and he catches it. Here we have the ump-cam view. See the type of pressure coming in on Chad May. You see he's got a wide-open passing lane. Does a nice job of getting out to Bryant. Firebirds bring him down. It's first down.
So first and 10 from the 20-yard line of Indiana. There you see Maurice Bryant's seasonal numbers already out of the University of Houston. Little flip out of the left side. The big guy's got it. Here's Ingram rumbling down the left side, and he lumbers on the screen for a first down to the 2-yard line. Big Kelvin Ingram, the first reception of the year for him. Normally they go to Wendell Gaines, but there's a flag on the play, and the Indiana Firebirds say, as does Bill McCabe, that it's going to be a hold, and that one is coming back. But they went to Kelvin Ingram, showing another new wrinkle in the offense.
Number 75 on the offense, 10-yard penalty, repeats the first down.
Joe Birch.
Big Joe Birch took down Carl Sacco. Right here, you can see what they're going to do. They're going to release on a screenplay. They're going to fake it right, release on the screenplay. The blockers will get out, and they're going to try to run the screenplay, and it was pretty successful. You see they let all the defenders in. They get the blocking downfield, and then the big guy, Ingram, starts rumbling down. You just don't want to get a big guy hurt like that. Looked like somebody tweaked his ankle a little bit. You don't want to get him hurt. Of course, Big Joe Birch was holding Carl Sacco there, and it nullified the play.
Already a little winded, Birch is. It's a hot day, even though it's comfort controlled inside America West Arena. Folks obviously coming into this building, a great crowd, and it is over 100 degrees outside. There's a surprise. It is a dry heat, though.
It is a dry heat.
Yeah, it's a dry heat.
Lack of humidity out here.
Yeah. From the 24 of Indiana. Down goes May. It was Leroy Thompson with his second sack of the year. Leroy Thompson out of the University of Delaware shot the gap, jumped over top of a couple of guys, including Kelvin Ingram, and got right to the quarterback.
Leroy Thompson coming in on the blitz. Mark Tucker doesn't get over, doesn't adjust to come back and pick him up. Beats Mark Tucker, gets to the quarterback, does a nice job of closing the Chad May, bring him down before he can dump the ball.
And of course, Leroy Thompson, folks, if you follow this league, you know that he led this league in rushing for most of last year. But there he excels on defense. So it is a 2nd and 21, as you see, from their own 20. Hunky Cooper. Out of bounds at the 22-yard line, Lamar Grant there to make the stop. Maybe the best two-way player ever. Hunky Cooper, twice the Iron Man of the year. This year, 1 rush, 18 receptions. He's also the number 3 tackler. And listen to this, folks. He is nearing 17,000 all-purpose yards in his career. As we told you before, he's now about 20 yards shy of 10,000 return yards in his career. And he has also got 18 kickoff returns or field goal returns for touchdowns. Wide open, Hunky. He bowls over tacklers to the 4. Man, he just lowered the shoulder on number 6, Greg Williams, who is trying to get the license plate of that big old Cooper that just ran him over.
Carl Sacco is in coverage. Hunky runs what they call a little China route. He'll come from underneath, come across the field, and right there, Sacco drops him for some reason, thinking he's got coverage on the outside. Obviously, he had him. Hunky goes down to the 5-yard line with a big catch, and it wasn't a difficult route or anything fabulous, just a nice way of confusing the defense. Hunky comes underneath, makes a nice grab, and picks up the needed first down on 3rd down.
On a 1st and goal. Looking, got him to the 3. Hunky Cooper to the 3-yard line. If you're just tuning in, yep, Jill is here along with the host of others at America West Arena. TNN Sports on hand for the AFL. A good matchup of Indiana and Arizona. Eli Gold, John Yurkovich, Jill Arrington. Hey, look who's here. Harvey is here. Harvey the Buffalo. That's Buffalo Camp, folks. We've got them everywhere.
They must have a big shovel down there.
Thank you very much. Dominic Reyes is the fullback. He gets the toss. He gets to the one. Dominic Reyes upended by Carl Sacco at the 1-yard line.
Reyes almost lost the ball. He was trying to stretch out for the goal line. The one danger about putting it toward that goal line, somebody might be able to pop it loose, force a fumble.
Now what do? Do they try and power it in or pass it in? Let's listen.
Here we go. Right, wing arc, slant right, fullback lead on 1-on-1. Ready?
They're going to run it. Fullback lead.
And they are 3 of 3 in third downs today. Reyes, if he gets it in, will be notching his second TD. No, they give to Hunky Cooper, and he is stopped at the goal line. Hunky Cooper stopped at the goal line by Lamar Grant, who went sky high to meet Hunky Cooper up top. Oh, Danny White with an interesting call. Watch this one.
Hunky Cooper trying to go over the top a la Walter Payton. Just got hit a little bit and ran into his own guys. But a nice job by the Indiana defense staying on their feet and pursuing down the line.
And that's the umpire cam, the ump cam. This is the 10th play of the drive. And folks, in this league, that's virtually unprecedented. The give, Reyes, he's in. Fumbles the football. They say he had it when he crossed the plane of the goal line, or did he? There's no signal yet. There is no signal yet. Did Reyes have it when he crossed the plane of the goal line, or did he fumble prior?
Maurice Bryant thinks they have a touchdown. He was very adamant in feeling that it was a touchdown.
It is going to be called a touchdown. It is going to be called a touchdown as Reyes does apparently have it as he crosses the plane of the goal line.
Right here,
it sure does. Good
Absolutely.
call. Good call. Now Ignacio Brachet gets the extra point. So it's a 14-7 Rattler lead. 10 plays, 37 yards, though the ball came loose. It is a touchdown.
10 new shows on TNN.
Number 1.
And a 2.
All right, for 3. That one's my favorite.
4. Oh, yeah, that's a great show.
5. Oh, I love that. 6.
Lucky number 7.
Oops, I forgot one. 8. Oh, I love you guys. 9. Oh, man, is there only one more?
And 10.
1.
And a 2.
3.
4.
5.
6.
7. 8.
9 and
10. TNN gives the people what they want.
10 on TNN. Cool.
My memories of Texas, the grand openings.
The Spin Doctors.
Saturday night wrestling.
The Silverware.
The hot cuisine.
We even learned to speak the language. Get along, little doggies.
Even the vacations are bigger in Texas, so we'll give you a free Texas State Travel Guide, Accommodations Guide, and Texas Highway Map when you call 1-800-8888-TEX, extension 65, or visit us at TravelTex.com. You'll get the insider's view of Texas, what to see, what to do, where to stay. Free when you call 1-800-8888-TEX, extension 65. So give us a call, y'all. Texas, it's more than you think. It's like a whole other country.
It is a gorgeous here in Phoenix. Yesterday, it didn't even make 100. Today, it's a few degrees over 100 here in the Valley of the Sun. But just a spectacular afternoon. Chad May has just led his Arizona Rattlers to a touchdown. They take a 14-7 lead. Deep is a man who is awaiting the birth of a baby. Van Johnson, his girlfriend, due to give birth literally any moment. If she doesn't give birth this afternoon, he's going to fly home tomorrow. They're going to induce birth. He said, I'm on pins and needles. Here he's got the football. He's to the 12-yard line. Van Johnson on the run back. Folks, that last scoring drive for Arizona, it really bears showing it to you. 10 plays, 37 yards, 806. That in this league is virtually unprecedented for it to be that many plays and that long of a drive.
Unheard of, 3.7 yards per play. The only way that really can happen.
Now take it a step further. Arizona today, 14 plays, 83 yards in 11 minutes and 12 seconds. Indiana, only 3 plays, no yards. This is their 4th snap of the day. They've only had the ball 3 minutes. Lumbering around the right side, Umar Muhammad makes the run around right side. The quarter ends. Yes, the quarter has flown by as Arizona just used it all up. Lots of emotion. We're back in a moment.
Hey, America, what's your vice?
Probably my biggest vice is in my motorcycle.
Sex chat room.
You don't want to know, you're a man. You know, the thought of someone watching just does it for me. The thrill
Gotta be gambling.
of knowing
Martinis.
that I might get caught.
It's got to be a good gin.
Total exhibitionist.
Is wanting a vice?
Watch the Miami Vice Memorial Day Marathon, Monday, May 28th, all day on TNN.
It's the adventure of a lifetime. A cruise to Alaska with your Grand Ole Opry favorites. Vacation with Little Jimmy Dickens, Jim Ed Brown, and Jeannie Seeley August 29th through September 5th as you explore America's last frontier. See breathtaking countryside by day and exclusive country concerts by night with private parties and autograph sessions and a surrounding of grandeur with the Grand Ole Opry stars. Call 877-927-9777 to book your Opry Alaskan adventure.
If I look happy, it's...
Introducing the best movie value on DirecTV, the Stars Super Pack. It's #1 in new hit movies. You'll see award-winning movies like Erin Brockovich, U571, and The Cider House Rules. Movies you won't get anywhere else but the Stars Super Pack. You'll get 12 different movie channels for only $10 more per month with any Total Choice package. Get the best movie value with the Stars Super Pack on DirecTV. Call now 1-800-547-4DTV. The Stars Super Pack. It's #1 in new hit movies.
There's a sound that hitting a home run, it makes like no other sound out there. And it's just so short, sweet, easy, boom. It's almost effortless. There's really no feel. You just hear, you know it's gone, put your head down, run around.
MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV. Get up to 35 out-of-market games a week and pay just $149.
Swinging a long one in the left. Goodbye baseball. Upper deck. Upper deck.
We are set to begin quarter number 2 here at America West Arena. Some folks have the best seats in the house, while Jill Arrington has a chance to check out the best fans in the house. Jill?
That's right, I'm looking for them. And enthusiastic fans are pretty easy to spot here in the Snake Pit. There's a lot of painted faces here. That's Snake Man, I believe. There he is. So I'm looking for fans. Oh, there are the Fro Bros. They're always here, having a lot of fun. But I'm looking for the fan of the game, and they'll get an official arena football autographed by the TNN telecasters.
All right, that's not going to be an easy selection. I think they all ought to win footballs, that bunch right there.
A lot of tremendous fans in Arizona. They really love their Rattlers.
There's a guy dressed up as a quarterback, and he's a good one. Raymond Philyaw calling the shots for the Indiana Firebirds. Looking long. Touchdown, Eddie Brown. How about that? What a grab by the big man. He said, make sure when I score a touchdown, you tell my mom, Gloria, happy birthday. She gets a birthday wish, and that's going to be the first completion of the day for Philyaw, and it's a 29-yard touchdown to the touchdown man.
And it's an early birthday present for Mom. Eddie Brown was open earlier in the first series. Philyaw just overthrew him by a little bit. Here it is again. He runs down. He's wide open. Philyaw this time connects. I think Philyaw started to settle down.
Nelson Garner, who is 32 of 34 in extra points, adds on yet another. So the first completion of the afternoon goes to Eddie Brown, who clearly has not lost anything after the layoff of 1 year.
And Eddie Brown comes on the right side, and you can just see him break toward the corner on a little post-corner fake. He was wide open. Jerk Bledsoe in coverage. Doesn't give him a whole bunch of space, but the timing between Philyaw and Eddie Brown's exceptional. Eddie Brown, not the fastest player in the world. Fast enough, though, and nimble enough to make a great move. Puts it right into the end zone, touchdown. And I don't know what that's called. All I know is what's the points.
You see Jill there in the background. She was just staring at Eddie doing that little dance step. It won't surprise me if there's Jill. You see her right there?
She's ogling him.
She says, look at that dance move. Said, I got to try that when I get out on the floor here soon. We caught you down there. We caught you.
She's checking him out. She's watching the shake. She want to know were there any fries with that shake.
I know. I was surprised.
Is there such a dance as the Yurko? I mean, did you have we saw you after you took down Hostetler on a videotape a couple weeks ago. You did a little fix-up. You did it on your knees because you were winded.
I was exhausted at that point, and I was slipping on the ice and just kind of thank the fans for their applause.
There's Hunky Cooper. On the play. Hunky's gone. Hunky's got another touchdown, but it may well be coming back. If it counts, it's a 53-yard kickoff return. But it's going to be coming back. I've got to believe there were more blocks in the back than you can imagine around the 7-yard line. We'll hear from referee Bill McCabe, but I can't believe that one of those blocks was not by a Rattler clearing out one of the Firebirds.
Hunky Cooper gets a lot of notoriety for breaking those kickoff returns, but
that'd be number 19 of his career, if it counts.
There were 2 fouls on the play. Offside on the kicking team. An illegal block in the back. Number 22 on the receiving team. We will penalize the illegal block in the back. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
That's what we saw. Jerrick Bledsoe with that block at around the 7-yard line. See if we can pick it up. You're looking for number 22 in the black.
There was a great, and it's
there. It is right there.
As we pass by quickly, it happens like lightning on the kickoff return teams. Just a block in the back above the waist. They flagged it. Now they're going to put themselves. They don't have a touchdown on the board. They put themselves in a tough situation.
You know, this is a weird day. It doesn't seem like it ought to be a tie game. Look at that. 38 yards for one team in 4 minutes. 83 yards for the other team. TOP means time of possession, if you're not familiar with the jargon, though most of you I know are. And we're tied at 14, but how bizarre those stats. They don't tell you what's on the scoreboard.
And they certainly don't tell you about the field goal miss that Jay Jones recovered for a touchdown. Doesn't count in turnovers, that's for sure.
All right. Gatewood, Cooper, Bryant, the wideouts. They go to Bryant. Maurice is out to the 11-yard line before he's taken down by Cornelius Cole, the man who leads the Arena Football League in tackles. There is Cornelius. You know, we saw him last year in the AF2 championship game when he played for the Steamwheelers in Quad City. 139 tackles. Do you realize that his total tackles right now, 59, is 21 more than anybody else in the league this year? And look at that. He is on pace for 165 tackles. Coe is. Quick screen. Out to the 23, John Piaua, who was just activated yesterday by the Arizona Rattlers.
It's his first game that he's ever played in, and his first reception in an Arena Football League game. He's done a nice job catching the ball and doing what fullbacks do, lumbering forward and gaining yardage.
So, John Piaua, a linebacker by trade, learning the offense. Bryant in motion. They spring Hunky Cooper across midfield down to the 21-yard line. Hey, folks, if you log on this week to arenafootball.com, you're going to learn about the guy there, number 22 in the white and orange. That's Cornelius Cole, one of the best defenders in this league. As we said, he is a graduate of AF2, Arena Football 2, and is an impact player this year. You can read all about Cornelius online. You can also go online and vote team of the Arena Football League. Check it out, arenafootball.com. Get online and be part of it. May unloads the football on a one-hopper to Randy Gatewood. Did a nice job to avoid another sack.
Omar Mohammed just went right over the top of, I believe it was Joe Birch. A nice little bull rush, and you can see him coming in right there. Just goes right over the top of the offensive lineman, takes him into the lap of Chad May. I know once that offensive lineman gets back to the sideline, he's certainly going to have a stern talking to. That was Charlie Morris.
That's how Yurko used to do it.
I wish.
Yeah.
9 sacks in 9 years, Eli, for myself.
Well, there's a consistency there, though. May, oh, goodness gracious. And there are flags in the backfield, and there are going to be, again, Umar Mohammed just coming in, and nobody can stop him. But there is also a flag way back at the 12.
He's making he's making the pressure. He's obviously a big presence out there right now.
But they got Cornelius Coe on a hold.
Illegal contact, number 22 on the defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yep, they got Cornelius Coe.
Chad May went with the pump fake, dropped back, he went with the pump fake, and that got Cornelius Coe to get a big old pop on him. Right there, Mohammed gets a nice shot. Here's a view from ump cam, and Mohammed just comes in. Nobody touches him. They're doing a nice job of blitzing, mixing up their blitz packages. Miscommunication between the offensive linemen.
Yep.
Suddenly Chad May's on his back, and that doesn't feel too good if you're a quarterback.
Big Wendell Gaines got spun around, opened up that lane for Umar Mohammed. May, Gatewood, hangs on, touchdown Arizona. Oh, it was a bobble job for Randy Gatewood, but he finds the handle, 16 yards on the grab. Van Johnson was there trying to defend it, couldn't come up with the football.
A view from UMCAM, Chad May takes a 3-step drop, waits for Gatewood to come open. Van Johnson is there, never fires his hands in there, never tries to tackle, doesn't try to strip Gatewood from behind. The Rattlers score a touchdown.
Now Ignacio Brachet out of the hold of Randy Gatewood and the snap of Mark Tucker to add the extra point. He does. 10 minutes, 1 second remaining until halftime. A rapidly played ball game. This is the play that puts the Rattlers on top. Touchdown pass to Randy Gatewood.
The blocking for Chad May is better because the communication is better. Here you'll see the tackle come down, the running back go out here, they'll pick up Umar Mohammed, who's been having a big day. And the communication against the offensive line is a lot better. Henceforth the time, Chad May finds an open seam, hits Gatewood for the touchdown.
Big article today in the Arizona Republic newspaper, and Danny White, the coach of the Rattlers, said we're playing better, but our line play needs some work, and we're seeing that play out here this afternoon. Brachet to kick it off to Van Johnson, who is the deep man. Van's the man. Van's got a hold. He's out to the 17-yard line. Van Johnson put down by Randy Gatewood. Hey, folks, next week, a great matchup. The only 2 unbeaten teams in the league battling in Grand Rapids. Clint Dalzell back in the league. Spectacular fashion, leading the rampage to the best start in franchise history. John Caleo quarterbacking the Tampa Bay Storm, playing the best football of his career. Next 8 o'clock Eastern from Van Andel Arena, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Our second visit to Grand Rapids. Hope you can join us. That's next Sunday at 3 Eastern. Hopkins, Johnson, and Brown, the wide receivers. Looking underneath off Hopkins' fingertips in midfield. Incomplete. Greg Hopkins from Slippery Rock State University. Right. He and John Sikora both from Slippery Rock.
50 divide, wing hook.
Raymond Filial.
Let's go. Strong come through right. Wing outside. 50 divide, wing hook. On one, ready?
Gonna run a nice pass pattern here. Try to catch somebody dipping deep, I should say, and they'll confuse them by stacking their wide receivers.
How about those numbers, huh? Not there. Nice defense by the Dogs. Cecil Dog forget, you know what else made that play? John Piaua, number 33 in black. He was on top of Raymond Filyaw, and Filyaw really had to hustle to unload it. There's Piaua playing his first arena football game. He is from the lovely island of Tonga, by way of the universities of Iowa and Nevada, Reno.
Linebackers are really having a lot to say about pressure on the quarterback in this game, more than any other game we've done.
Big third down play. Hopkins can't hang on to it. Oh, and does he pay a price with Doggett defending? You know, Filyaw's throws are just sailing a little bit high. If this was baseball, you'd say his arm was tired.
The timing is good on him, and he's putting them on the receivers after that first series, but he is sailing them just a little high. I think he's leading with his front foot, and he's just happens to be catching him just a little bit high. That's 3 passes that have gone off of Hopkins' hands today.
Filyaw was 109 of 160. That's 68% coming in. Here now is a 49-yard field goal attempt for Garner. He had one from this distance against Orlando earlier in the year. And he's got one again against Arizona. So a couple of 49-yard field goals for Nelson Garner this year after kicking a 58-yarder a year ago against New Jersey. It hit the rail, but it counts for a field goal. Back in a moment.
Hey, TNN, Miami Vice. Oh, man, you got the coolest show. Always a pleasure to tune into. Crockett and Tubbs, checking out the hot women, the sunsets, ride those fast cars and chase those women. You got the cigarette boats and the Ferraris and the fast women and the fast cars. I'm telling you, man, that is a show that I don't want to miss. Miami Vice is #1 in my book. What a hot show. Keep it up, guys. Love TNN. Love the station.
Taking your call 24 hours a day.
You want to talk football? Then let's talk arena football. 15 seasons of heart-stopping, helmet-popping, fan-friendly football. Fast, furious, in your face, in your lap. With arena football, you get it all.
Good morning, Mr. Morrison. How are we? Good. Let's have a look at your chart, shall we? You know what I want for my birthday? I want one of those lawnmowers you sit on. What? Oh, that. It's nothing. You'll be fine for a while.
What if doctors treated you?
Got at least 2 or 3 weeks before anything major happens.
The way you treat your car. Pep Boys treats cars right. Save 10% off our already discounted deluxe preventative maintenance package.
Do you like monkeys?
All you need to know is where to go. Pep Boys.
Well, let's start with the Ivy League. We went through the firms, the Hollywood, which was a flat top with the sides combed back. I hope it never comes back. There was the Pompadour, the Heine, the Butch, the crew cut, the flat top. Who knows what the next style will be, but right now, for the last about 5 years, short hair is certainly in. Top is, as I see it now, just shorter haircuts and too many tattoos.
They've got Rattlers of all shapes and colors and sizes here at the America West Arena. Nelson Garner kicking it off to Chris Horn, who will field his 4th kickoff return of the year if he plays it cleanly, and he does. Here is Horn. Horn to the move with Garner to beat. Stiff arms him and gets taken down from behind by Leroy Thompson. What a play by Horn, but how about the effort of Leroy Thompson, big number 33, to chase down that runaway train after a 48-yard run back. That's his longest of the year for Horn.
Touchdown-saving tackle. Horn has led the AFL in kickoff returns. He's only had 3 of them for a 28.9-yard average. But here Horn does a nice job of breaking through the first wave of defenders. He's nifty, gets by the kicker. Great job by Nelson Garner forcing Chris Horn back into the middle where Thompson does have a chance to come in for a touchdown-saving tackle. But great field position for the Arizona Rattlers.
Now Chad May at quarterback. He is 13 of 16 today, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he's not going to get the play away before the play clock hits 0. Delay of game.
Tries a snap. Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
That is the 3rd flag against Arizona, and Danny White hates to see those. Chad May has hit 8 different receivers, Yurko, and, you know, at one point he had 11 completions in a row. What a game he's playing.
Chad May, he doesn't look like much of a quarterback. He sits back there. He's a little bit chunky, but obviously great awareness, and he's the ability to read the defenses and find the open receiver.
Here you and I talked about a guy being a little bit chunky. What's wrong with this? Sidearms in and all. A nice interception. No, they'll say it hit the ground, but Grant made a spectacular play. Lamar Grant will get credit for breaking up the pass intended to Maurice Bryant. He tried to come up with the pick, but it just did hit the carpet. But a super play by Lamar Grant.
Lamar Grant does a tremendous job of getting the right arm in on Maurice Bryant. Bryant looks like he's open. He cuts the angle down, just flacks the hand in front. Looks like Maurice Bryant just dropped it. Bryant dropped it, but it was Lamar Grant who kind of made him take a look at it. It was thrown a little bit behind Maurice Bryant.
Quarterback could have thrown it a little bit earlier.
Could have done him a favor, thrown it a little earlier and a little bit in front of him.
Chris Horn in motion. They come the other way, and it's off the hands of Kelvin Ingram, incomplete. Leroy Thompson wasn't fooled defensively. He goes right with him there on that counter play.
It's the same play they tried to run earlier, and it's unsuccessful.
Here we go. Right flop, Y loop. 12, Y post. Right flop, Y loop, 12, Y post on 1-on-1. Ready?
This is the first time in the whole game that May has thrown 2 consecutive incomplete passes.
This is the play they hit Gatewood on the touchdown earlier. They're going to try to go back to it again.
From the 10. Off the fingertips of the cutting Maurice Bryant. Had to drill that one in there, and Maurice just couldn't flag it down.
Had to drill it in there, and Chad May's just not putting it on target right now. He let him a little bit too far. In the previous play, he threw behind the receiver. So he's misconnecting in the latter portion of the second quarter. I think he needs a break is what he needs. Can they replace the quarterback, give him a break?
Good question. Yes, quarterbacks can come and go. This is going to be a 26-yard field goal attempt for Ignacio Brachet. He had a 55-yarder against Houston, and here's another delay of game coming up.
Prior to snap, delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
That's the 4th flag on Arizona, making this a 31-yard field goal now. First one he has attempted from this distance this year, but as mentioned, he had a 55-yarder against Houston in the game that the Rattlers won 53-38 here at America West back on May 5th. Yep, certainly, if you can hit a 55-yarder, you're going to can one from 31. Ignacio Brachet puts the Rattlers on top, 24-17. TNN is live in the Valley of the Sun.
If you're age 45 to 75, you'll want to listen to this conversation.
Hello? Mom? What's wrong?
Tom, I'm sorry to call you at work. Remember when we thought Social Security would help pay for your dad's funeral? Well, the check just came, but it's only for $255.
But, Mom, Dad's funeral cost a lot of money. Maybe I can get some money together.
No, Tom, you need your money. I'll figure out something.
The fact is, you cannot rely on Social Security to pay funeral expenses that now average well over $5,000. But you can rely on Guaranteed Security Life the plan that guarantees to issue up to $20,000 of whole life insurance protection to everyone age 45 to 75 who calls this toll-free number now. Guaranteed Security Life. Honestly, I think it's the most exciting and affordable new insurance plan I've ever seen from People's Benefit Life. For example, a woman age 55 is guaranteed $5,000 of lifetime protection for just $16.95 a month. That's about 55 cents a day. Don't let this happen to you. Everyone should have this important protection that is guaranteed to never decrease. In fact, from the very first day, your benefit automatically doubles up to $40,000 for accidental death. Plus, your policy builds cash values you can borrow against. Guaranteed Security Life is easy to get, easy to afford, and easily one of the best life insurance plans ever developed for folks 45 to 75. Call now.
Whether you're calling for yourself or for a parent, call 1-800-972-4100 for free information on Guaranteed Security Life. That's 1-800-972-4100. 1-800-972-4100. 1-800-972-4100.
People's Benefit Life. Expect more.
Snakes o'plenty here at America West Arena. They call it the Snake Pit when the Rattlers play here. Of course, this also home to the Phoenix Suns of the NBA. Jay Jones is deep. Tough play, and it's covered up by a teammate. And down goes Eddie Brown. He pays for it. Kelvin Ingram comes in. But at least Eddie Brown held on to the football. That could have been one of those disasters in the making.
Eddie Brown did a tremendous job of recognizing it. Came off the post, the steel portion of the netting. Does a nice job of bringing it in, getting the yardage he can get on the play, but holding on to it. Gives the Firebirds a chance to hopefully tie this game for the Firebirds.
We've not mentioned Eddie Brown's name much today. Only one reception, but it was for 29 yards and a touchdown. Saw Phil-Yaw's numbers, not that spectacular at all. To Hopkins, high, but he hauls that one down. Good job by Greg Hopkins with Jarek Bledsoe providing the coverage. Hey, folks, you might want to keep your eyes open as we are throughout the course of the day. The Built Ford Tough Award is going to be given away today, as it will be at every Arena Football League game this season. We'll see who can make a big game-saving or touchdown-saving tackle, or somebody who throws a key block, or something along those lines, kind of playing it tough. The Built Ford Tough Award will have a couple of nominations, and we'll vote on that later in the day. Jones fumbles the football. It's covered up by whom? Indiana says they've got it, and the officials agree. The officials agree. After it was fumbled by Jones, it was covered by Indiana. Looks like Greg Hopkins is coming up with the football.
They ran a screen pass out of their bunch route. Cecil Doggett puts a big shoulder in, and it looks like, it looks like nobody really recovered it, but the last team to have possession was the Firebirds, and the ball ended up going out of bounds, so the Firebirds will regain possession where the ball went out of bounds, basically.
Looked like Ricky Hall must have fallen on him. Not so much Hopkins. From their own 20. Brown in motion. Hopkins underneath. Hit quickly. And put down by Muhammad Oliver.
Hopkins has caught his last two balls thrown to him after missing his first three. He's done a nice job of coming down with the catch.
Now timeout being taken by Arizona. That's going to be their first timeout of the afternoon. Well, while we've got a moment, let's check in with Jill and see what we've got coming up at halftime. Jill, it's getting close.
Yes, please stick around for my halftime report. I'm going to get you up to date on all the news from around the league. In fact, there were some crazy finishes this week, and that's what the Arena Football League is all about. Also, I'm going to tell you a little more about touchdown Eddie Brown, because as you can see today, he is back. And Eli and John will give you stats from the first half here in Phoenix, so please stick around for the halftime report.
That is all coming up. Hey, you see some interesting goings-on this week around the league as far as injuries are concerned. Nashville has reactivated L.C. Stevens, who got hurt in the telecast we had, the young man from North Carolina. Sam Hernandez is back with San Jose, the guy who had those 46.5 sacks in 6 years. And next week, when we see Tampa Bay's Storm, we'll be seeing them complete with Andre Bowden, who is Tampa's #1 rusher and top defender. He's been activated. That's next week. Tampa Bay and Grand Rapids from Van Andel. Van Andel Arena, back at our normal 3 o'clock Eastern start time. Big, hard run. Leroy Thompson gets down to the 11-yard line before he's forced out of bounds.
Leroy Thompson sure can hit that corner quick. And Ricky Hall, nice job of blocking on the corner, enabling Leonard Thompson to get out there. Thompson gets the ball. See Ricky Hall just with a nice little hold on the running back. Dominic Reyes, I should say, the linebacker. A little bit of a hold, but he lets Thompson turn the corner and make a big play.
Leroy Thompson, twice a member of the All-MEAC team, the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, when he played for the Blue Hens. Or excuse me, I should say, when he played for the Hornets of Delaware State, located there in Dover. One other roster thing to talk about. Do you see who signed with Detroit this week? Former Michigan State place kicker Billy Stoyanovich. He's the brother of veteran NFL place kicker Pete Stoyanovich. Billy has signed with Detroit, so a couple of moves being made around the league. You know, these strangers to one another. The fight last year in the playoffs. Remember that? Quarterback found Hunky Cooper for a touchdown before Bonner left with a knee injury. Then Mike Pawlowski to for a 17-yard. Finding Hunky Cooper for a 31-yard TD. Great catch by Hunky, who had 7 receptions that day for 126 yards and 3 touchdowns. These teams have quite a storied past. Phil Yaw on the fade pattern, cannot be caught by Jay Jones.
Okay, the only person going to catch that ball was Jill Arrington.
Yes, and she's got great hands.
Yeah, that ball was thrown. Phil Yaw threw that ball pretty much out where nobody could catch it. You want to throw that where Jay Jones has an opportunity to come down with it.
We are at the 1-minute warning now. Referee Bill McCabe is telling all the fans, including that gentleman, that Indiana has 3 timeouts remaining. Arizona has 1. And he says, I like that. Harvey Wallbanger, the Buffalo, just kind of taking it easy. He'll be making a, he'll be dropping in at, these guys right back there. You see those fellas right there who are in the menagerie, or they are the menagerie. Those are the guys who run our robotic cameras on the goalpost, and they'll get a shot at that grab by Hopkins for a touchdown. 13 yards, the touchdown strike to Greg Hopkins. Mike Daly is going to feel a whole lot better. He's battling the flu as Phil Yaw hit Hopkins for a touchdown, and now it's a 1-point ball game.
Hopkins has had a lot of success from that right side, running what they call a snag route. It looks like he's going to run a deep in, then he snags it and takes it back out. He's been open twice before. This time he's open in the end zone for a touchdown.
Now to try and tie it for the Indiana Firebirds, Nelson Garner, and he does. So we are again tied at 24.
You see Phil Yaw dropping back to pass, great protection, moves nimbly. Hopkins, nice catch. Oliver in coverage. I think Oliver just got into the game. This is the view from up cam. You see the protection, steps away from it, puts a nice throw, not too high, right in the bread basket. Hopkins can come down. Oliver can't do a thing. He expected him to go across the field, touchdown.
So after a scoreless start, obviously, we were tied at 7, tied at 14. We're now tied at 24 here at America West Arena. Remember last week, I guess it was, we told you that Troy Aikman went to the Oklahoma game at the Marriott. Did you see the quote he put out after the ball game? He said, I don't know how you can't have fun playing arena football. It's so fast and the fans enjoy it. The speed of basketball or hockey, but it's still football, has the physicalness of football. That's what Troy Aikman had to say after watching a game at the Marriott in Oklahoma City last week.
And those are the comments I've heard from a lot of fans around the United States who've gone to see games for the first time. They can't believe the excitement, the quickness, and the physical play that they see on the field.
Off the slack net, Hunky Cooper. He needs to get out of the end zone and get the record for himself, and he does. We'll tell you in a moment as he's out to the 8-yard line. Hunky Cooper with that run back has just done over 10,000 return yards in his illustrious career, but he turns his ankle in the process. Could be a
take it left.
In motion. Brian. Here. Go west. Bring him, Randy. Played to Matt. In one in 9 and then 15 seconds and a half. May to Gatewood, perched down, and he steps out of the 12-yard line. Lamar Grant there to force him out of bounds. Now Arizona would love some more points before the break.
See May drops back. He's looking for Gatewood, reading coverages, goes over, sees Gatewood on the sidelines, gets the first down, stops the clock with 12 seconds.
Arizona has one timeout remaining. Indiana has all 3. Bryant in motion. Flags are down. Pass is intercepted by Jay Jones, and he brings it back to the 14-yard line, but again there are flags plenty. And we'll have to wait and see. If it goes on Arizona, the interception is going to stand. The umpire, Doug Wilson, telling referee Bill McCabe what he saw. And that is always or usually a penalty on the defense from the umpire's positioning.
No flag on the play.
Oh, no.
The play was legal.
Oh, the play was legal. So the interception for Jay. It's live. Number game. And big window. 3 big boards. They have games around the league. Jill will tell you all about them when she comes back at the half.
If I need something different tonight, can I have a suggestion? We don't have the jerk. Where is it? It's checked out. Now that's the best movie ever. 1 minute I could be watching Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, and the next minute I'll be watching Happiness. This is the best one right here, Brazil.
I'm a big fan of science fiction with, like, kind of a moral message. Did you ever see No Escape? This is one of my all-time favorite action movies.
As long as it can go down there and touch one of those strings, then, you know, I'm all good. No, Adventures of Baron von Munchausen. Now that's a movie.
Did you ever see Dark Crystal? It can't be too serious about itself, as far as I'm concerned. You saw this Alice in Wonderland with Sammy Davis Jr., Scott Baio, Ringo Starr.
Godzilla, Mothra.
Definitely.
Actually, they usually see us as strange.
What about Call the Conqueror with Kevin Sorbo? No, I'm just kidding.
To be honest with you, I live next door.
Hi, I'm Gary Collins. Did you know that over 1 million Americans are waking up to a revolutionary new way to sleep? On air.
I slept more soundly right from the start.
I'm not tossing, I'm not turning.
She has her comfort level, I have mine, and we can change it at will.
They're talking about the Select Comfort Airbed. And now you can get the whole story in this catalog and video absolutely free. Inside, you'll discover a mattress so comfortable and supportive, we guarantee you a better night's sleep. Plus, you can adjust firmness on both sides of the bed at the touch of a button. Unlike metal coils that can create pressure points and water beds that can bend your spine, Select Comfort contours to your body. So, find out why over 1 million Americans, including me, are waking up to Select Comfort. Call for your free catalog and video today.
To get all the exciting details on this new and better way to sleep on air, including your free Select Comfort Airbed catalog and free sleep video, call toll-free 1-800-730-5775.
It's here, waiting for you. Inside is unlimited strength and power. It builds confidence and reshapes your body. It can change everything. This is Bowflex, an entire gym in one easy-to-use machine. So powerful, it delivers over 60 health club quality exercises with up to 410 pounds of resistance, all in the convenience of your own home. Strength training with Bowflex is so effective that we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. And you can own one with no money down and payments as low as $33 per month. Bowflex is real. The results are real. The question is, are you ready for Bowflex? For a free video and brochure, call or go online at bowflexdirect.com. Do the research, listen to real customers, then place your order online and get started. Bowflex. Who said change isn't easy?
It's halftime of the TNN Arena football game of the week. After 30 minutes of action, we're tied at 24 here in Phoenix. Well, entering week 6, we still have 2 undefeated teams in the league, and that's Tampa Bay Storm and the Grand Rapids Rampage. Well, the head coach of Tampa Bay, Tim Markham, headed back to Detroit for the first time since he started Tampa Bay Storm. Turns 1 5 seconds remaining. Start. Mustang gained the James also got this turned it. Their streak 2 in a row to 47. This the second giving Nashville a safety. Marinovich protested the call a bit too strenuously and was ejected from the game. Trailing by just 10 points at the time, LA could only muster 7 more points after Marinovich's ejection, and Nashville went on to win it 64-27. In Raleigh on Friday, Carolina shut out the league's highest-scoring team in the third quarter and defeated New York 56-49. The Oklahoma Wranglers dropped their 4th consecutive contest, going down to Toronto 72-38. Anthony Derrick's returned 2 kickoffs for touchdowns in that one. And in Buffalo, the Destroyers edged the Thunder Bears 57-55, extending their home winning streak to 6 games. When we come back, they don't call him touchdown Eddie Brown for nothing. As you saw, he's already had 1 in the first half tonight. More on Indiana's number 17 coming up. Well, his Firebirds are tied with the Rattlers at halftime. Stay tuned for more of the TNN Arena Football Halftime Report after this short break. Welcome back to the TNN Arena Football Halftime Report. We're in Phoenix, Arizona, where the hometime Rattlers and Indiana are tied at the break. Well, the game of arena football is meant to be high-scoring, high-paced, in-your-face football, and there's a player who exemplifies those characteristics, and that's none other than offensive specialist Eddie Brown.
Touchdown, Eddie Brown. Was all alone for the touchdown. Got it. Gone. Touchdown, Brown. Brown won.
Here to announce Eddie Brown football.
Good day. I want
Just receiver game in receiving. Brown's a born leader with a lot of emotion and confidence, but even he admits he had to adjust after taking a year off.
I was trying to get back in the groove. You know, it was so hard trying to find that groove. And finally breaking the ice versus the Mustang, you know, then my confidence just went through the roof. And once I got that catch and broke the ice, then it's coming easy now, where you know, I don't think about the catches no more. It's just a rhythm.
He wants to win, he wants to be prepared, and he wants to have a chance to win another championship.
After this short timeout, Eli and John will be back with you for highlights and stats from all the first half of action here in Phoenix, so stay tuned.
Hey, America, what's your vice?
Probably my biggest vice is in my motorcycle.
Sex chat room.
You don't want to know, you're a man. You know, the thought of someone watching just does it for me. The thrill.
Gotta be gambling.
Of knowing
Martinis.
that I might get caught.
It's got to be a good gin.
Total exhibitionist.
Is running a vice?
Watch the Miami Vice Memorial Day Marathon, Monday, May 28th, all day on TNN.
Your car never nags. It never complains about how much time you spend with the guys. It thinks a little gas is a good thing. Here's to the perfect relationship.
Have you always wanted to try a low-carb diet but don't have the willpower to give up your favorite foods?
Are you on a diet that makes you eat burgers without the bun and won't let you get near a piece of birthday cake? Well, now you can have your cake and eat it too with the Carb Fighter Natural Weight Loss System. An amazing breakthrough that lets you enjoy delicious pastas, fresh breads, mashed potatoes, and fattening desserts and lose up to 10 pounds in 7 days.
On the Carb Fighter system, I didn't feel deprived. I had a lot of energy. I could eat what I want. I lost 3 inches on my waist. I was amazed.
Look, extra carbohydrates in your diet turn to sugar, which gets stored in the body as ugly fat. But Carb Fighter's 6 natural medically proven enzymes work with your body, so extra carbohydrates are swept away safely before they turn to fat. Plus, the Carb Fighter system also reduces food cravings, boosts your metabolism, increases your energy, and stimulates weight loss 24 hours a day, even while you're sleeping.
The Carb Fighter system has helped my patients to lose weight and to keep it off.
In the past, it was really hard on other diets trying to stay to a strict diet. Now with the Carb Fighter, I can eat whatever I want and still lose weight.
Competitive products cost $40, but now you can eat bread, pasta, potatoes, and desserts and still lose weight with the Carb Fighter Natural Weight Loss System on this exclusive TV offer for only $19.99. Plus, you'll get the Carb Fighter Guide filled with recipes and fitness tips for even faster results, a $15 value free. But that's not all. Call within the next 10 minutes and get a second bottle of Carb Fighter for free. That's a $60 value, yours for only $19.99. The Carb Fighter with Diet Guide guarantees you'll lose 10 pounds in just 7 days or your money back. Not available in stores. Order the Carb Fighter system today.
To order the Carb Fighter system, have your credit card or checkbook ready and call 1-800-641-8088 and get your second bottle of Carb Fighter absolutely free. Now enjoy your favorite foods guilt-free. Call now.
We are back at America West Arena here in Phoenix, where Arizona, after losing their season opener against San Jose here on TNN, has now won 3 games in a row. Indiana, meanwhile, while they were the Albany Firebirds, have never won a game here at America West, but they're in position to do so, Yurko.
That game's tied at 24. I thought the Rattlers were playing much better, but we have a tie ball game at halftime. And as we go to the highlights, we'll see that the Rattlers started off hot early. Chad May avoids the rush, and he fights Schexnayder, I should say, in the corner. And then Cooper doesn't handle the kickoff. Jay Jones recovers it for a touchdown. And then Philyaw finds Eddie Brown, who's only got 1 catch. He finds it in the end zone for a touchdown. And here, Hunky Cooper rolls his right ankle right before halftime.
And Jill, Hunky was the last guy out of the locker room. What's the update?
Well, I see him walking around out there, and talk about a true Iron Man. This guy takes some hits. I don't even see how he gets up, much less comes back to play. But I talked to the doctor, and he is going to come back to play. He might not start the half, but he will be put in. I mean, he's a true Iron Man. That's all there is to say.
Twice the Iron Man of the year. Meanwhile, the locker rooms were open to our cameras as per usual at halftime, and we'll show you those highlights coming up after this kickoff. Jay Jones will be deep for the Indiana Firebirds. There he is. Ignacio Brachet with the kick. End over end. Jones mishandles it. Sidesteps a potential tackler and the touchback. As mentioned, our cameras went into the Indiana locker room at halftime. Mike Daly kind enough to let us in, and here's what we saw.
Let's go. Hey, y'all, we got to score that first half. Hey, it's hard for them. It's real hard for them. They marching 8-9 plays. Something's going to go wrong sooner or later. Ball going down sideways. Something's going to go wrong. Something's going to go wrong. Listen up.
Boy, how interesting. We'll follow up on that in a second. Indiana from their own 3. Eddie Brown in motion. They're going to try and run. Here's Leroy Thompson. Follows some blocking for a first down. Out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Greg Hopkins, the man who threw the big block to allow Thompson to turn the corner. Hey, were you surprised, Yurko, at the first-year player Cornelius Coe being that outspoken in the locker room?
He was usually, I think he's accustomed to being the leader, and he was for his previous AF2 team. He comes in, and obviously he makes his feelings felt, his emotions felt, and he looks like he's a natural leader, and the team has taken to it.
From their own 16, Indiana. Nearly draws them off. Sacco, or at least Jones, stopped. draws them off. Sebastian Barry will come in among others to make a stop, but there are flags on the play.
Jay Jones goes into that motion intentionally.
Offside, number 78 on the defense. The penalty is declined. First down.
So Sebastian Barry, the man guilty, as you see the first half stats. And of all the numbers, yeah, time of possession, how lopsided is that?
Yeah, the Rattlers, obviously, they're controlling time of possession. More importantly, it's per possession. The Rattlers have scored 3 out of 5 times. The Firebirds 2 out of 5.
And we're tied at 24. Hopkins, the motion man. They go to him, and he makes a nice grab, hanging on with Cecil Doggett, putting the exclamation point on the play.
Hopkins coming back to have a real good game. Dropped 3 passes early in the ball game. He's come back. He's running precise routes. Phil Yaw's hitting him in stride. This pass was a pass he would have missed in the first half, but his concentration's a little bit better. Comes down, gets his foot in bounds. First down.
He's played in other professional leagues, including the Canadian Football League with the Ottawa Rough Riders. To the 7-yard line before Muhammad Oliver puts the stop on Greg Hopkins.
Phil Yaw, on that pass to Hopkins, ended up drawing him back a little bit. Didn't give him an angle where he could turn it up for the corner of the end zone.
Let's go. Strong solo right, 30 wing choice. First down, ready?
I wonder if this play is going to go into the deep left corner of the end zone, heading in that direction. I'm just kind of curious. Yep, and I'll tell you why I knew that. As the pass goes towards Hopkins, who ends up in the seats, or at least Eddie Brown, who ends up in the seats. You may not have seen it, but I did. Phil Yaw came from the sidelines. He was walking towards the huddle. He pointed to the ball boy who was standing in the corner, as if to say, you'd better clear out. And it was an almost imperceptible move. And I said, that's where the play's going. And I guess Cecil Doggett might have seen that also.
Everybody needed to clear out of that corner of the end zone.
Phil Yaw tipped off that play. He just didn't maybe realize it. There's a flag as the pass towards Hopkins is knocked away, incomplete. But there's a flag on the play. Illegal defense on Arizona. It'll be their 5th penalty flag of the afternoon.
Illegal defense, outside rush, number 33 on the defense. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
This is a penalty. This is a penalty right here. He ends up taking the rush outside. That's illegal. The linebackers can only rush through the A gap. He comes back around. He ends up being an outside rush. The quarterback hasn't scrambled. That's an illegal play. It gives the Firebirds another chance at a touchdown. In defense of John Piolua, this is his first Arena Football League game. Lots of rules to digest. Phil Yaw tried to follow Eddie Brown's lead, but he doesn't go anywhere. Gets to the line of scrimmage, nothing further. Sebastian Barry comes up to make the stop. Not to the short side of the field. If you're going to run a play like that, that needs to go to the wide side of the field, a place where Phil Yaw could use his athletic skills, his running skills, to find a way to get into the end zone. You're working with, at the best, a third of the football field over there. Just not enough room, too many bodies. From the 3.5 with Leroy Thompson at the fullback spot and Eddie Brown in motion, and somebody is going to have to take timeout. It's going to be Indiana taking timeout. Phil Yaw was not necessarily enamored with what he saw, and it looked. The problem was, there was, as Mike Daly is saying, nobody signaled that they were the tight end. When you come to the line of scrimmage, somebody, whoever the designated tight end is, must walk to the line, put his hand in the air. At the same time, that lets the defense know which linebacker is allowed to blitz. The linebacker who is diagonally across, not directly across, but diagonally across from the tight end, is the man who can blitz. And also, at the same time, the umpire will put his arm out.
to further signal which man is the tight end. In that instance, nobody signaled, and if they didn't take the timeout, it would have been a penalty. Don't forget, folks, next week we'll be at the Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan. 2 undefeated teams. That's going to be a dandy. Clint Dalzell quarterbacking Grand Rapids. John Kaleo calling the shots for Tampa Bay. That's next Sunday at 3 Eastern. Here's the 8th play of the drive. Fumbles the football. Leroy Thompson's going to cover it up at the 7th.
Should never have a quarterback-center exchange problem. Phil, y'all a little excited, wanting to get the ball off into the perimeter. Fumbles the ball, puts it on the floor. Fortunately for us,
let's see what happens here. Looked like it hit Kyle Moore-Brown on the posterior.
And in the keister, never got to the hands of Phil Yard, just went to the ground. Leroy Thompson, Johnny on the spot, recovers it.
Indiana, 1 of 3 in 3rd down conversions. Brown is in motion. From the 6, Phil Yard throws it away. He was looking for Eddie Brown, and look at that scramble for the pigskin.
Well, a terrible pass by Phil Yard. There was nobody around Eddie Brown.
But Sebastian Barry had busted through, forcing Phil Yard to unload.
There's some pressure. Here, Eddie Brown escapes, gets off the line. Doggett stops his pursuit, and he's just sitting there wide open. He could have just lofted the ball into the corner, and Eddie Brown could have fair caught it in the corner.
So a 22-yard field goal attempt for Nelson Garner. This one should be automatic.
The kick.
And is into the upper deck. So the Firebirds found themselves trailing earlier. They have now busted free with the lead, but there's still lots of football to go.
Remember the A-Team? Now there was an odd bunch of individuals. They always had some cockamamie scheme to get out of a jam. It never sounded like it would work, but of course it always did. Week after week, same time, same channel. Those were my boys. The Ford F-150 Super Crew. Built Ford top.
You want to talk football? Then let's talk arena football. 15 seasons of heart-stopping, helmet-popping, fan-friendly football. Fast, furious, in your face, in your lap. With arena football, you get it all.
By first understanding ourselves, we can better love another. And both of you were seeing somebody else at the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, see, I mean, so stop it right now. You know he was tipping and you know you were tipping. And you don't have no qualm about pick up that man. What is that? Him pager or him cell phone you always checking?
Yes.
That's your plan, isn't it?
Yes,
I mean, when he goes to the bathroom, that's when you are run for it. Get honest answers. Call me now for your free reading.
1-800-799-6186.
1-800-CONTACTS is the world's largest contact lens store with 10 million contacts in stock and 100,000 shipped every day. You'll get delivery right away. Call 1-800-CONTACTS. We deliver. You save. 1-800-CONTACTS. Exact same contact lenses delivered to your door for less than you're paying now. Call 1-800-CONTACTS. We deliver. You save.
Welcome back. That's a live shot outside America West Arena here in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. I'll tell you, folks, during the break, Eddie Brown and Raymond Filyaw got on each other's faces. Remember, Brown was wide open before for that apparent touchdown, and Filyaw just threw it away. The discussion now has settled down, and Eddie is taking more of a mentor's role, saying just load it up into the corner. But you'll hear some of that discussion in just a moment or so. We have to get the bleeping machine out first, though. Nelson Garner into the slack net, and that is a ground rule here at America West Arena. The ball hits the net, then hit the facade of the upper deck. It is now a touchback. Here's that conversation seconds ago between Brown and Philyaw.
The guy that was supposed to combo that, I mean, he went with Hop. Both of them went with Hop. I was over there by myself. My bad, I just put that bitch over there. Let me make a play. You know, yeah, I know. It's all good. I ain't tripping on you.
So they hugged and made up.
Isn't that marvelous?
And that was the stuff you could listen to, folks. The rest of it, regretfully, was not suitable for Sunday afternoon on TNN, but got a little warm. Trying to pull his way through, Dominic Reyes, who ran for that 1-yard touchdown back in the opening quarter for Arizona, picks up just about a yard.
Part of what was said when we couldn't listen was Eddie Brown said, you saw me go over the wall trying to get a fake pattern. Hey, give me the opportunity to make plays. And that's what he was begging Philyaw to let him do. Just throw it up there. And ultimately, he's working him for the latter part of the game so he can get more balls.
And this goes back to what you and I talked about on the pregame. Dealing with a new quarterback, having lost Mike Pawlowski to free agency. Muhammad Oliver. A great open field tackle by Cole, who held on to the ankles after Muhammad Oliver made a nice spinning move, has good speed, and Cole stayed right with him.
Chad May did a nice job of looking off the defensive backs. A wide open Muhammad Oliver. Cornelius Coe gets over for a late shoestring tackle. Otherwise, that could have been 6.
Didn't Muhammad play with you?
Muhammad Oliver did play for the Green Bay Packers, a special team stalwart, a defensive back who would get in on the dime teams when we'd have 6 defensive backs in the game. He was a solid pro.
Also played a couple of games with Kansas City. Played all of '94 with the Dolphins. May with a flag down to Schexnayder. And Calvin. But there are flags on the play.
After the early touchdown from Schexnayder, we haven't heard much from him.
Illegal defense against Indiana. You're right, we saw that first pass go to Schexnayder for 28 yards, the touchdown, and that's been it. Now only 2 catches for 36 yards.
Illegal defense, outside rush for the linebacker, number 35 on the defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Second flag of the afternoon is all against Indiana.
The linebacker can rush in either one of the A gaps. If he gets outside either way, he's committed a penalty. And he starts throwing, that's just a penalty from the get-go. That's something that's not allowed. I think Mohammed's just not used to the game. He's got to get himself more comfortable with what is and what isn't allowed in the Arena League game.
He was the defensive line starter for the University of North Texas, the Mean Green.
He's been able to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback today. And his most efficient pass rush is not really a skilled pass rusher, but it's the bull rush. Right over the top of defenders, and he's a low-built guy with leverage, gets underneath the pads and gets to the quarterback.
Had only 1 sack last year. It came against Orlando. From the 20 of the Birds, May with protection. Throws, and it's off the hands of the intended receiver. Tell you, Schexnayder drew double coverage there, and he's getting just a little tight along the sideboards.
And we haven't seen much of Schexnayder, but Cornelius Coe did a great job of coverage. Here's Schexnayder, breaks out, Coe's there, takes the angle,
should have had
it. He should have had it. It was right in his hands. Chad May probably a little disgruntled with him. It's right in his hands, would have fell in for a touchdown, but I'm impressed with Cornelius Coe. He was the one that was in the middle separating Eddie Brown and Philyaw when they were arguing a little bit. Here's a guy who's a natural leader. The players have really taken to him.
From the University of Northern Michigan, Cornelius Coe. To the 12-yard line, Muhammad Oliver. Jay Jones on the tackle. The football, as you saw, did come loose, but it was already blown dead. Good try, Cornelius.
That ball looked like it was stripped out by Cornelius Coe. It landed directly on the line. Even if they did roll it a fumble, it would have been out of bounds. There's Cornelius.
Sure it was, but it does go out of bounds. And it's the carpet, it's the wall, it's the carpet. It was dead.
And it certainly did hit the white line. That's a dead ball, and it's the Rattlers ball going in.
Just tuning in, we're happy to have you with us here in Arizona. The Rattlers 3 of 4 in third down conversions, looking at this 3rd and 1 from the 11. May underneath to Chris Horn, who will get First down yardage pending the spot. Looks as though he'll get that grab neatly.
Rattler offense, nice job of spreading the defenders apart. They put Chris Horn on the bottom. He was the third receiver Chad May was going to. Looked at his other receivers, didn't see him open. Popped it over to Chris Horn for the first down. And a new fresh set of downs.
From the goal post, the pass complete to Horn, who was a three-time All-America in college. He played at Rocky Mountain College. Dominic Reyes out. Bo Kelly in at fullback now. Flags, free play. The throw, it's in to Horn, touchdown. Looked as though Indiana jumps. It'll count as a 7-yard touchdown pass to Chris Horn.
Chris Horn doing the most with his opportunities to get in the game.
Offside, defense, number 54. Penalty is declined. Touchdown.
So one thing that puzzles me, Eli, when defensive backs are covering 5 yards deep in the end zone, when they're in a zone, there's no reason to get that far deep. You set your zone up 1 yard in the end zone, and that way you give yourself the opportunity to break up on anything thrown at the 2-yard line.
That was a 6-play drive, 45 yards. Ignacio Brachet with the extra points. Well, you knew it would be this kind of a ball game, a real seesaw affair. The home team on top.
Hey, TNN, Miami Vice. Oh, man, you got the coolest show. Always a pleasure to tune into Crockett and Tubbs, checking out the hot women, the sunsets, ride those fast cars and chase those women. You get the cigarette boats and the Ferraris and the fast women and the fast cars. I'm telling you, man, that is a show that I don't want to miss. Miami Vice is #1 in my book. What a hot show. Keep it up, guys. Love TNN. Love the station.
Taking your call 24 hours a day.
Deck and patio owners, have you ever been frustrated by the weather on your deck or patio? Struggling with the blazing hot midday sun or those unpredictable summer showers?
At last, there's a solution that lets you outsmart the weather. It's the easy-to-use and affordable Sunsetter retractable awning. And right now, you can get the whole Sunsetter story in this free catalog and video. Inside, you'll discover how the easy-to-use Sunsetter can help you enjoy your deck or patio more, rain or shine. In fact, it's like adding a whole extra outdoor room to your home. The easy-to-use Sunsetter is simple to operate, opening almost effortlessly in less than 30 seconds to create an instant outdoor shelter when sudden showers strike and a comfortable shaded retreat on those hot, sunny days. In fact, with Sunsetter, you'll stay up to 30 degrees cooler even on the hottest summer days. Plus, our easy-to-add accessories turn Sunsetter into a complete outdoor living room, perfect for insect-free enjoyment and entertaining all day, and right into those balmy summer nights, all for thousands less than adding a costly addition to your home. Plus, we'll even take you inside to show you why our remarkable 7-layer awning fabric is so incredibly durable and completely waterproof. And because we manufacture Sunsetter ourselves and sell direct to you, we're able to offer incredible factory direct prices that save you hundreds of dollars. So stop struggling with the weather. Start enjoying your deck or patio more than ever before with the easy-to-use and affordable Sunsetter retractable awning. Call for your free video and catalog today.
Call toll-free 1-800-743-4900 to receive your free video and catalog on the Sunsetter retractable awning, including details on a special savings offer on now, plus our 90-day no-risk home trial. Call now 1-800-743-4900.
Better than 13,000 fans on hand here today, and so many of them have visited the concession stands and have enjoyed what is arguably the best popcorn in the Arena Football League. Popcorn Cam having made the trip to the desert Southwest. Johnson brings it out for Indiana. Van Johnson to the 13-yard line, put down by Charlie Morris. Jill has an interesting story for us on John Peaua, the fullback from Tonga.
And that's right, that Rattlers fullback. He's playing his first ever AFL football game today. He's got 1 reception, 10 yards, 3 tackles. He's had a busy couple of weeks because he's adjusting to fatherhood. His wife just had a baby boy. There you see the wife there in the orange and the grandmother holding that new baby boy, Samson.
That's super. We congratulate the Tiaua family. Philyaw, Johnson. That time the flanker screen will pick up about 4, maybe 5.
And that's what that flanker screen is made for. Nice play, gets you 4, 5, 6 yards. If the blocking's exceptional, defensive back misses one of his assignments, a chance to take it all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, but the downfield blocking has to be there.
It has to be there, and you've got to hope a defender also makes a mistake.
Arizona having taken the lead moments ago. Eddie Brown in motion. Philyaw can't get it to him, then throws it away. Brown cuts to the inside. The pass went to the outside, but did Cecil Doggett break up that play with a defensive pass interference? Cecil, they got you.
I don't think there was any gray area. Doggett just pounded on Eddie Brown.
The defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's the 6th flag of the afternoon against Arizona. Maybe the best cover man in Arizona history. He came out of West Virginia, Doggett did, and he was a defensive back there.
Eddie Brown going for a shake-a-bake, whether he's going to go to the post or the corner.
Yeah, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, Doggett just accosts them at the 15-yard line. Throw that flag every time.
From their own 21. Brown's in motion. They go away from him, and over top it goes to Greg Hopkins. And it was tipped away. He was going up top. Randy Gatewood was there.
It looked a little bit like a baseball game. You could think they got their hands in on this play, too. The play's right up against the sidelines. I think some of the fans might have had a better shot at it than Hopkins. Gatewood should be thanking some of those guys.
All we're missing is umpire Richie Garcia to make the call there at Yankee Stadium.
Fan interference.
Hey, Hunky Cooper is back on the field now. That's Hunky right there in the middle, number 14. He's back after that ankle injury. Van Johnson. Doggett with the cover to be darn close to the first down yardage. They needed the 16-yard line.
Johnson, a nice job holding on to that. And Doggett just a little surly right now. Upset at the fact that that interference penalty was called on him. Johnson does a nice job breaking outside. The ball delivered on time and rhythm. And there's Doggett trying to put a little pounding on him.
And they do give Van the first down, as we mentioned earlier, an expectant daddy. Might already be one right now. I'm sure he doesn't carry that little beeper during the game, but his girlfriend due to give birth literally any second now. Hopkins in motion. They go his way. One-hander can't grab it. You saw L.C. Stevens on Jill's highlights at halftime make a nice one-hand grab for Nashville. That time, though, Hopkins couldn't pull it down. Kelvin Ingram was in on the quarterback. That's why they had to release so quickly.
There's some pressure, and Philyaw, if you're going to throw it to the body where the receiver, Hopkins, has a chance to catch it. You throw it high and wide, Hopkins the only one that can grab it, but it's an almost impossible catch to make.
See, we're down to the final 1 minute of the third quarter. Indiana in the whites. Arizona in the black. And that, if you had a flag at home, folks, just throw it at your screen. That was Wendell Gaines. All 6'5", 299 pounds of him, and he's trying to say I didn't do it.
Prior to the snap, offside, number 99 on the defense, 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
The 7th flag of the day. Here's what the umpires saw.
The umpire saw an undisciplined Wendell Gaines with the ball right in front of his face. Jump offside.
You never did that, I know.
Yeah, only once or twice. Just a few hiccups in my career.
Wendell Gaines was a psychology major at Oklahoma State. He was trying to plea bargain with Bill McCabe out of that penalty call. Couldn't psych him out of it. Maybe the final play of the half. Van Johnson to the 9-yard line. Or final play of the quarter, I should say, as Van Johnson is down to the 9.
Leroy Thompson did a nice job of picking up the blitz by Bo Kelly. Bo Kelly looked like he was going to be uninvaded to the quarterback, but he did a nice job picking him up. Got the pass off for the completion.
Raymond Philyaw, the young quarterback for Arizona, or excuse me, for Indiana. Not a spectacular day. 11 of 23, 114 yards, couple of touchdowns. We have come to the end of period number 3. We're going to have a good fourth quarter coming up next with the Rattlers leading by 4. If you like the physical play, you've come to the right place. TNN Sports. Welcome back to the Snake Pit. Eli Gold, John Yurkovich, Jill Arrington, and 13,000 of our closest friends. Only 3,000 empty seats here today. A super crowded America West Arena, where TNN Sports is visiting for the Arena Football Game of the Week. It is Arizona up by 4 on the visiting Indiana Firebirds. Glad you're able to join us. Every yard of this drive that has come from an offensive output has gone to Van Johnson. Yep, not many empty seats here. Only 3,000 empties. Every yard of this drive that has come from an Indiana play has gone from Philyaw to Johnson. Otherwise, there have been penalties. There you see the third down conversions on this 3rd and 2. Philyaw to run it. Philyaw to the 1, and he steps out of bounds there. Leroy Thompson with a great block. Same thing with Greg Hopkins, opening it up for Raymond Philyaw, the 13th carry of the year for the quarterback.
That's the weapon that Raymond Philyaw gives you. He's very dangerous with his legs. He's rushed before. He's very good at it. You can see him. He gets out to the corner. He sees the end zone. He tries to make a dive for it, but he steps out of bounds. But this is a weapon that Philyaw has, like Cedric Bonner for the Rattlers. He can play with his legs, and he can score touchdowns for you on the ground.
The give to Leroy Thompson. He is in. Touchdown, Indiana. And did he ever keep those legs driving right there for a 2-yard touchdown? Thompson. This one.
This machine quality. It's here, waiting for you. Inside is unlimited strength and power. It builds confidence and reshapes your body. It can change everything. This is Bowflex, an entire gym-in-one easy-to-use machine. So powerful, it delivers over 60 health club quality exercises with up to 410 pounds of resistance, all in the convenience of your own home. Strength training with Bowflex is so effective that we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. And you can own one with no money down and payments as low as $33 per month. Bowflex is real. The results are real. The question is, are you ready for Bowflex? For a free video and brochure, call or go online at bowflexdirect.com. Do the research, listen to real customers, Then place your order online and get started. Bowflex. Who said change isn't easy?
Welcome back. It is John Yurkovich Lookalike Day here at America West Arena. We've got all sorts of folks who, I like the footwork on that guy.
Yeah, very fancy footwork. Good rhythm, too.
Welcome back, America West Arena. Here we go, the kickoff. Chris Horn is deep. And Horn gets to the 3-yard line. Interesting, folks. Arizona in the first half had the football for 19 minutes and 55 seconds. In this half, only 4 minutes and 37 seconds. So one's fortunes can certainly change throughout the course of an afternoon. And the Firebirds in white lead 34-31. Chad May at quarterback. Kelvin Schexnayder is in motion. And off the hands of Chris Horn. It was Lamar Grant covering there, number 10.
Down 34-31, you don't want to be dropping footballs. Chris Horn, who in the previous drive had a couple big catches, now drops the ball.
Basically what Danny White was saying.
It's getting to that fourth quarter. It's a very important time to make sure everything's clicking on all cylinders.
And you know, it's weird because Chris Horn is known to have good hands. I mean, that was one of the, that's part of the book on him. Good speed, good hands.
Set up.
Here comes pressure, and he just has to throw it away. That time they shot the gap. John Sikora, big number 98, out of Slippery Rock, said to me that, you know, my idol is Howie Long. Howie would have liked that play.
Danny White, again, a miscommunication on the line. You can see nobody blocks Big John Sikora. He just goes rumbling into the end zone. There he is. The center goes to the left. They're all looking at big Umar Muhammad coming through. Nobody takes John Sikora, puts a pounding on Chad May. Chad May lucky to get rid of it.
Arizona 4 of 6 in third down conversions today. Pressure. They unload. Oh, it's trumped by Reyes, and he had running room. Dominic Reyes gets a pat on the shoulder, but he says, I don't want to go back to the bench and see my coach right about now. Dominic Reyes out of Angelo State, the rookie.
The Rattlers, who seem to have had momentum with them, don't have the momentum with them anymore. 2 drop passes, miscommunication on the offensive line. Chad May has to get rid of the ball. Now they're trying a field goal.
This will be a 61-yarder, 62 roughly, for that man, Ignacio Brachet, who had a 55-yarder back on May 5th against Houston. This one's not going to be good. And the run back by Jay Jones to the 18-yard line. We are back with more from America West Arena in just a moment. The Arena Football League on TNN Sports is live from the desert Southwest.
She's a real beauty, and she never bugs you about spending so much time with the guys. She never complains about you watching football. She thinks a little gas is a good thing. Maybe she isn't a she after all. Here's to the perfect relationship. Here's how to keep it that way.
Tangles, kinks, holes. What a mess. Using a hose is like training a wild creature. Well, not anymore. Introducing the Cobra, the first garden hose with a memory. Built right into the Cobra is an automatic recoil system. It's guaranteed never to tangle, kink, or even tear. It takes all the mess out of watering. Use it anywhere. Water the garden, rinse off the patio, or wash the car. It's even great for boats and RVs. When you're done, just give it a tug, lay it down, and it begins to recoil. The Cobra is a full 25 feet and specially constructed of heavy gauge vinyl with a built-in memory. Watch again. Just give a little tug, lay it down, and it rolls itself up.
Now, how easy is that?
And just look at the quality rust-proof connectors, specially designed not to leak. They fit tight to the faucet, sprinkler head, hand sprayer, or additional hoses. Make your Cobra as long as you want, 50, 75, even 100 feet or more. A 25-foot similar hose sells in catalogs for $50. During this special TV offer, you can buy the 25-foot Cobra hose for just $19.95. And that's not all. If your Cobra tangles, tears, or kinks, return it for a full refund. So take the mess out of your chores and get yourself a Cobra hose. Order now during this special introductory offer, and we'll include the Cobra 4-function sprayer, a $7 value, absolutely free. It easily switches from regular to jet, shower, or flat. It's great for cars, gardens, or decks. And that's not all. It even comes with a free Cobra hose holder. Just slip it over the faucet. No tools needed. It's the perfect way to keep your hose handy. You get it all. The 25-foot Cobra hose, money-back guarantee, the 4-way Cobra hose sprayer, and the remarkable Cobra hose holder, all for just $19.95. Call now.
Order your Cobra hose now for just $19.95 plus shipping. Have your credit card ready and call 1-800-517-9339 or send check or money order to the address on your screen.
There's Harvey Wallbanger. You ever have a buffalo burger, Yurko?
I have had a buffalo burger. Delicious.
Really?
A little leaner than ground beef.
A little on the sweet side, they tell me.
Tasty. Very tasty.
Could be Harvey's relative. He's texting you now, I'm telling you. Bill Yaw looking wrong. How's a man Hopkins at the 5-yard line? Cecil Doggett on the cover. A 27-yard pickup. Big-time play for Raymond Philyaw. Remember, the Firebirds franchise has never, ever won in this building. This is one of those plays that can help him go to that first win.
And the protection, very important. He's got enough time for running this pattern. He does a little herky-jerky, a spin.
Wow, nice.
Gets by Muhammad Oliver, gets into the soft part of the throat, takes a big shot, holds onto the ball.
Eddie Brown to the 3-yard line.
Cecil Doggett trying to strip the ball from Eddie Brown on that play. Doggett looking to force turnovers for his ball club.
Let's go. Strong solo right. 30-wing choice. First down. Ready?
Eddie Brown will be split wide left. Hopkins wide right with Jay Jones. Timing pattern into the seats. Good little fade route, and Doggett was there, and so too that gentleman who has the souvenir.
Philyaw called for the, that was the torch play, and they went and they threw the little fade, but you can see the fan caught it, and it's a great catch by the fan. Nice job. He's going to hold on to it forever. The Rattlers might take a look at signing him. He looks like a pretty big, burly fella.
Big play here on 3rd down and 3. Into the end zone. Throws it past Eddie Brown again with Doggett on the coverage.
Sebastian Burry was in hot pursuit of Philyaw. It's the same play they ran earlier that they had the argument about Eddie being wide open in the corner of the end zone. He was wide open again. He loses Cecil Doggett in the middle of all this. He's wide open. Hopkins sets the beautiful pick. And again, because of the pressure on Philyaw by Sebastian Burry, they end up throwing the ball away into the fans again.
19-yard field goal attempt. Eddie Brown's not happy. But he'll take those 3 points as the Firebirds pad their lead to 37-31. We've got timeout on the field here at America West Arena. Eddie Brown this afternoon, 1 reception, 29 yards.
Hey, America, what's your vice?
Probably my biggest vice is in my motorcycle.
Sex chat room. You don't want to know. You're a man. You know, the thought of someone watching just does it for me. The thrill.
It's gotta be gambling.
Of knowing.
Martinis.
That I might get caught.
It's gotta be a good gin.
Total exhibitionist.
Is lying a vice?
Watch the Miami Vice Memorial Day Marathon, Monday, May 28th, all day on TNN.
When it's this dark, it can be paralyzing, but not with Craftsman on your side. And who knows more about darkness than Chuck Thorne, owner of Maui Cave Adventures? Aloha, Bob. Thanks. Chuck, everyone on your tour uses the Craftsman Professional Ultra Beam Lantern. Why the Ultra Beam? Well, let me show you. When you're a half mile underground, your life depends on your lantern. If it fails, you're in big trouble. This is about as dark as it gets. It sure is. You need a lantern that lasts for a 2.5-hour tour and is really rugged. Look there. Wow, it's really bright. You bet it is. It works as a floodlight and spotlight. That's because of the halogen bulb. And the Ultra Beam is rechargeable. That saves us hundreds of dollars in batteries. That's the idea. The Ultra Beam lantern can be recharged up to 350 times before you replace the battery. It more than pays for itself. Just $39.99. The Craftsman Ultra Beam lantern comes with recharger and storage back. And it lasts up to 3 hours on a single charge. When the charge is low, its power indicator lets you know. Just plug into any outlet and it recharges overnight. You can also order this accessory kit with snap-on lampshade and handy recharger for your car's lighter. Perfect for homeowners, camping, and emergencies. The Ultra Beam lantern is another example of how Craftsman makes anything possible. Hey, Chuck, how do you say Ultra Beam lantern in Hawaiian? Kakui pa'alima nui. Beautiful. Call now. Ask for the Craftsman Ultra Beam lantern. Sears, the good life at a great price. Guaranteed.
It's powerful, rechargeable, and it's from Sears, the Craftsman Ultra Beam lantern. Have your Sears or other major credit card ready and call 1-800-795-5005. That's 1-800-795-5005. Call now to order yours. 1-800-795-5005.
Hunky Cooper with 10,018 career return yards is deep for Arizona. Nelson Garner out of James Madison University to kick it away for the Firebirds. Souvenir time, and that's going to be a penalty. Remember earlier we saw these two guys in each other's face, Raymond Filiaw and Eddie Brown. This guy is the trainer, but he's acting as the peacemaker here today. Remember earlier, now they're kind of keeping their distance, but earlier in the day they were, after a bad pass, little facial action right there. John Rayborn, you see, number 12, he's the backup quarterback. Now they're just kind of keeping their peace.
And he is the peacemaker in the middle, making sure the guys stay away from each other. It's the second time Eddie Brown was open in the end zone. The second time Filiaw also had pressure on him on a pattern that takes a long time to develop.
I wonder if ever Eddie has been held to just one catch in a ball game, or less than that, maybe.
That's why his frustrations are starting to show a little in the fourth quarter.
Probably the greatest offensive specialist in this league's history. May gets hit. It's intercepted. It's intercepted by Carl Sacco. Intercepted by Sacco at the 16-yard line, and the Boo Birds are out in force at America West Arena. Mike Gantus came through, number 74, and got to the quarterback, and May gets picked.
The pressure came in from Mohammed. First comes in the middle. The Gantus gets a piece of him. Also Mark Valvo pops it up into the air. And lo and behold, Carl Sacco, the man in the spot, in a good area to be, comes up with the interception.
Third interception of the year for Sacco. Here's what the umpires saw. It was no prettier if you're an Arizona fan from that angle. Now they try to go for the jugular. Underneath. No, he never had control as Muhammad Oliver just deposits Sacco into the seats. They'll say it was never held. It was an incomplete pass. Second down.
And the Arizona Rattler fans who are accustomed to the Arena Football League realize you get to keep the ball and they help the players back onto the field. Of course, this is one of your better Arena Football crowds, more educated Arena Football crowds. Muhammad Oliver dumps, unceremoniously dumps him into the stands. But fortunately, the Rattler fans throw the player back.
Looked like when Billy White Shoes Johnson used to spike the football. Here they're spiking people. Van Johnson to the 11.
Oh, that's exciting stuff. I love to see that type of physical action.
You're frothing at the mouth.
Yeah, once they start mixing it up like that, that is exciting football. That's what you get to see here, because the contact is such a narrow and short field. That type of contact comes at a more of a regular pace than the stadium game.
Look at those numbers for Indiana. Not particularly good today in third down conversion.
#1 offensive team in the league. They've been held to 37 points.
They've kind of worked today's magic using mirrors. Knocked down inside. Knocked down by Mark Tucker. There he is. Out of USC, he was an All-America and All-Pac-10 performer for the Southern Cal Trojans.
If you're not going to reach the quarterback, watch the quarterback size. Take a look. He's getting in there. He's just trying to mix it up. He sees the quarterback go into his motion, gets his paws up, knocks the pass down. That was intended for Sacco.
And again, Nelson Garner, a 26-yard attempt out of the hold of Phil Yaw. The snapper is John May. Kick is no good. No good. No good. Nelson Garner missing it wide left. Now, Mike Daly is going to complain. He thought there was an Arizona player who climbed the back of a lineman, and that is not legal in the Arena Football League. There is a flag down now. There is a flag down.
Illegal defense, #2, rush. We can only have 4 players rush.
Yep.
5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That is going to be a killer right there.
Catastrophic. The made field goal would have made it a 10-point game, a 9-point game, I should say. The missed field goal keeps Arizona right in it. They make a mistake. They rush too many people. They give the ball back to Arizona, give them another opportunity. I should say they give it back to the Indiana Firebirds and give the Firebirds another opportunity. And it looks like it's going to be a first down.
It will be a first down. Watch this play again. We're looking at #2, Bo Kelly. Right side, there he is.
Oliver comes up over the top, and he's the 5th guy in.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's watch from the umpire here and see. It doesn't look as though they're going to be. It's got that right there, 26. It was Muhammad Oliver.
Muhammad Oliver flying over the top is the extra guy.
Now, he did not, though, climb anybody's back. That would have been called leveraging, which you cannot do. You can't fly over as he did there, except the numbers didn't work out. Oh, my, what a break this is. A game of big plays. To Van Johnson. He can't get around Doggett, and he goes down. Van Johnson trying to find that flare pass into the corner, but he went down as he tried to get around Cecil Doggett.
Doggett was beaten, but the turf monster got the better of Van Johnson. I tell you, there's a situation I'd like to be in.
Got the football, got the eats, got the seats. From the 5, Hopkins in motion. Phil Yaw looking. He pumps. He throws. It's there. It's a touchdown. Eddie Brown, touchdown, 5 yards.
Eddie Brown with 2 receptions for 2 touchdowns. He's excited. Phil Yaw's finally gotten him the ball. He's very satisfied. He's adamant. He's coming back to the sidelines now. He's a happy young man. He's got his 2nd catch, his 2nd touchdown, and it looks like they're going for 2 points, 2-point conversion. But it was a play where Jared Bledsoe couldn't stay in coverage the whole day. Saw the quarterback scrambling. Phil Yaw throw it over the top. Eddie came down with a nice catch, Eddie Brown.
They're going to go for a 2-point conversion here to make it a 14-point advantage. Brown will be the motion man. This is for 2. Nope, not going to do it. Double teaming coverage. And the pass towards Hopkins, and it was tipped away by the Arizona defense. However, with 3:37 to go, you see the numbers. The Firebirds came up with a 5-play drive, 16 yards, 4 minutes and 24 seconds. They're up by a dozen.
TV.
We are back at America West Arena. Eddie Brown with that touchdown reception moments ago. 43-31. His Firebirds lead the home-standing Rattlers. Kickoff. Schexnayder and Cooper are deep out of the slack net. It's Hunky Cooper. Hopkins trips him up at the 5. Well, when they came off the field seconds ago, the next chapter of the Eddie Brown, Raymond Philyaw get-together.
Yeah, way to work. Keep working.
Eddie just said, way to go. That's about the extent of it, but that's a long way from what they were doing earlier.
That's the way he shows his joy. Way to go. Nice job. Let's go and score again. He's an offensive-minded player, Eddie Brown. He wants to score touchdowns. 10 of them aren't enough.
Gatewood's in motion. Flags are down. Gatewood splits the defense and makes the grab at the 25-yard line. Cornelius Coe and Lamar Grant were the double-teaming men on Gatewood. But now, why the flag, Bill McCabe?
Encroachment, second neutral zone. That penalty's declined. First down.
So it'll count to midfield as Jill is caught up with a very tall guest here at America West.
And that's right, Tom Gugliotta, the Phoenix Suns. So what brings you here to Arena Football? What do you think?
I think it's been great. I have some friends in town, and I've been to a couple of games. They've never been to one. And to come here and get great seats and the amount of action that goes on, it's just been a great time.
Pretty impressive athletes out there. They hit pretty hard. And doesn't this arena look different from when you play here?
It does look a lot different, but the athletes are phenomenal, and it's just been great action. It's a fun game to watch, and we've really enjoyed ourselves.
Well, I'm sure they appreciate your support. You have a good time. Thanks for talking to us.
No problem.
Back to you guys.
All right, Jill, the former NC State Wolfpack, Tom Gugliotta. And there's Chad DeGrenier is in. He is the new quarterback. He was active last year for the playoffs against Orlando. He's from Washington State University. He is a teacher and a basketball coach in the offseason. He is in for Chad May. And now flags are on the play. Offside is going to be called.
I thought DeGrenier should have had a chance to be able to pass that ball. It's an offsides.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, number 99 on the defense, 5-yard penalty. Second down.
And you thought our friends in Florida were the only ones who had problems with Chads this year. Danny White's going from Chad May to Chad DeGrenier trying to find an answer.
I wish you would have had a chance to drop back and throw the ball with a free play. Would have given him a chance to get really comfortable in this offense, but they called the penalty.
There's Cedric Bonner, the injured quarterback. Of course, DeGrenier has a different cadence to his call. Something everybody has to get adjusted to now. Oh, eat some carpet, say the Firebirds. Leroy Thompson and others. Chris Snyder was in there. That's going to be the second sack for Leroy today. He and Chris Snyder come calling on Chad DeGrenier.
Basically, DeGrenier doesn't throw the ball on time. The pass rush starts to collapse around him. Leroy Thompson gets a piece of his leg, and Snyder comes in over the top. Nice job of getting the pressure on the quarterback and bringing him down.
We've got timeout being taken by the Arizona Rattlers, so each team now with 2.
And Eli, Chad May is not hurt. He was pulled simply because he's been ineffective. Danny White said, hey, it's time for a change. Let me bring the second guy in, see if he can't lead us to a victory.
By the way, during this timeout, want to take a second here to congratulate the back judge today. That's Bill Vinovich, who is one of the Arena Football League back judges. Just got the word the other day that he has earned a promotion to the National Football League starting this coming fall. So our congratulations to Bill, as he is one of what will be 4 new officials, I am told, who are being added on to by the NFL. And Bill coming out of the Arena Football League. Of course, the NFL now in charge of the Arena Football League and the AF2 officials. So, Bill, good job. Congratulations to you. All right, each team with 2 timeouts. You see the time remaining in the ball game. Rattlers need points and in a hurry. DeGrenier, just 17 of 27 coming into the ball game this year. Nuh-uh. Or does he hang on? Does he hang on? Randy Gatewood. Oh, my, what a great catch that was.
Is the first down pylon okay? It looks like they might have busted it.
First down pylon about got bent in 2.
Gatewood just does an out. It's pretty good coverage by Grant. And Grant does a nice job just shoving him in there and says, you're going to pay if you're going to make this catch. Gatewood comes down with it.
5 receptions, 67 yards. And now they're going to measure, they're not measuring whether he got the first down. They're measuring to make sure the pylons are still 10 yards long to change from one to the other.
Well, that's certainly not a straight line when I take a look at it. It's got about a 20-degree bend in it now. Gatewood sure did put a little pop in it.
You see that right there? Well, there it is. Look at that.
That's beauteous right there. Not quite the straight line it once used to be. That's tough equipment. Is that built for tough equipment over there?
No doubt. The master of the Segway, John Yurkovich.
The Rattlers need to punch one in, get the ball back, and score another touchdown if they think they're going to win this one.
The Grenier is thrown for 6 TDs this year. Schexnayder in motion. They go the other way underneath the Hunky Cooper out of bounds at the 10. Down to the final minute of the 4th quarter. Jill, have you found a fan of the game yet? You've got a lot of choices.
I know, it's so hard here, but you know what? These guys are always at the Rattlers games, and look at the sign they have here. What's a brother got to do? Well, you know what? You got to dress up. You got to cheer for your team. And also, it's Nets Bro's birthday. He's 32 today, so here you go, sir. Happy birthday. There's your official arena football.
All right. Yes, the Rattlers are #1. We're going to stick behind them no matter what. We are #1. The Rattlers, baby, all the way to the Arena Bowl, baby. The Firebirds will be there right with you. Dream come true, baby. We finally met Jill. Yeah.
All right.
All right. That guy in the white jacket there looks like Sly Stewart from Sly and the Family Stone, doesn't he? The Grenier looking, throws, touchdown. Calvin Schexnayder, 10 yards on the reception. Rattlers are drawn. The Bros are fired up.
The Grenier, nice job throwing across his body. That's the cardinal rule of quarterbacks that you shouldn't do. He does it, puts a nice pop on the board, and Schexnayder gets the touchdown. Here's a view from Camp as he rolls out. The Grenier rolls out to the right side, throws back left. Finds a wide-open Schexnayder for the touchdown.
He lost Cornelius Coe on that crossing pattern. The extra point, no good. It's a live football. It's a live football. I got to catch it first. And that's another lateral. It's still live. Hunky Cooper trying to run it in, but no.
Oh, that's the shades of Stanford and Cal. Back when John Elway was there.
Let's go back to that touchdown seconds ago. The Grenier and shaky.
The Grenier ends up rolling out right, avoiding the pressure, throws back left, hits Schexnayder for the touchdown. And the Grenier on the play, look at the excitement there out of the Fro Bros. Sly and the Family Stones up there.
Yeah.
They're excited.
There's Calvin Schexnayder. Now we all know how you get to be the fan of the game. You see, you gotta do the bribe bit with the Jill Arrington picture.
Well, you got to have a sign, absolutely. And there's a very complimentary picture of Jill. So she wanted to take a trip up and congratulate the guys and say, hey, there's a chance to meet me.
So the Grenier comes in. He's 4 of 4, 45 yards and 1 touchdown. Don't forget, folks, next week we'll be in Grand Rapids. Clint Dolezal has returned to the Arena Football League in spectacular fashion. He did the Rampage to a great undefeated start, best start in franchise history. But John Kaleo is doing the same thing for Tim Markham's team in Tampa Bay. They, too, are undefeated. The Storm, the Rampage, next Sunday at 3 Eastern, right here on TNN Sports. This weekend, Tampa Bay beat Detroit 41-14. Grand Rapids over Chicago 54-52. The onside kick is not a good one. Greg Hopkins will come down with the football at the 12-yard line.
Arizona will be able to stop the clock twice. Still giving them a 4th down play where they can run the clock down. They have to hold them out of the end zone.
And for those of you not familiar with the rule variations in the Arena Football League, Indiana has the ball and the lead, so they must try to advance it. They obviously would anyway. But if you're curious as to why the quarterback just doesn't take a knee and force the other team to use their timeouts, that's not allowed in this league. Brown in motion. Thompson, the fullback, gets the handoff and picks up a couple of yards. Dominic Reyes will make the stop, and a timeout is taken by Arizona.
Leroy Thompson making sure he doesn't fumble that football, holding on it, almost more concerned about holding on to the football than gaining yardage.
Now, time for us to look at some of the Built Ford Tough plays of the game. Don't know who exactly you've come up with, but maybe you give Cecil Doggett a nod for that big old tackle, or Randy Gatewood, or Muhammad Oliver for a slam dunk. Don't forget, the weekly winners will be getting a helmet sticker that honor them as the Built Ford Tough players of the game. And then at the end of the season, one player from each AFL and AF2 team will be chosen for consideration and will win a Ford F-350 truck.
That young man looks like a cross between Dan Haggerty and Ozzy Osbourne.
With a little D lineman thrown in. Leroy Thompson is the tailback. He has 4 carries already today. I'll trade you my T-shirt for your T-shirt. Hey, these folks love it. It's been a great day here in Arizona, but they've turned out 13,000 strong in a 16,000-seat building. Thompson's the fullback. Brown is in motion. And he's got it to the 5. Cecil Doggett makes the tackle, and timeout. So Arizona uses their final timeout. Don't forget, folks, there's really only one place you can get your arena football information throughout the course of the week, right there at your fingertips, arenafootball.com. You can log on for all the latest news, the results. You can link to your favorite team. You can cast your vote if you'd like. They've got the 15th anniversary all-time vote going right now. And yes, even Gold's Nuggets got the weekly column going on arenafootball.com. If you want to find out what's happening, just log on. I know I do a number of times each week, as folks all around the league do. arenafootball.com, the official website of the AFL. Well, Indiana is only 2 of 7 in third down conversions. Cooper's Corner not happy. Their fans of Hunky and the Rattlers, and they're trailing right now. Phil Yaw rolling, running to the 2, and Arizona cannot stop the clock. Arizona cannot stop the clock.
Waiting for them to start the 25-second clock. They may not have.
They just do it right there. We're done. Yep. We're done. The play clock and the game clock will hit zeros, as you see, almost identically. First time ever that Mike Daly's team is going to pull off a win in America West Arena. Danny White's not going to be happy to see us again. They've been on TNN twice this year, losing at San Jose and then losing here at home. They stop the clock with 1 second.
And no seconds on the
play clock violation.
He called me. He called me. He called me.
Now, Phil Yaw says, wait a second. We called timeout. That's going to go as a delay of game. It'll be a delay of game. They will reset the clock to 2 seconds.
Why would they set the clock back to 2 seconds if it was a delay of game? That makes no sense.
And we saw that the game clock and the play clock were virtually mirroring one another.
There's a disgruntled Chad May, not having too good of a football game today. He can't be happy with his performance.
Well, now all the Birds have to do is hang on to the football. Just dance it around for a second or two, and this one's done. Clock is done. Game is done. Indiana comes cross country, and they pull off a win here, scoring 7 in the first, 17 in the second, 3 in the third, and 16 fourth quarter points, while Arizona adds only 6 here in the fourth quarter. It was not a spectacular Indiana performance, but when you can come out of this building with a win, Yurko, you got to be tickled, and that's going to make old Mike Daly feel better. It's been bothered by the flu all week. Now he can smile.
Especially after a disappointing fourth quarter against the Chicago Rush last week, a game they thought they should have won. To be able to come out to Arizona on the road, play as well as they did, put up just enough points, 43 of them, to come out of here with a victory. They've got to be very satisfied with themselves.
So it is all over here at America West Arena. Firebirds are 4-2. The Rattlers drop to 3-2. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this one as much as we have. Arizona could not win it here at home as Indiana takes the victory. We've got time, though, to go downstairs and hear from some of the stars of the game. Jill is with quarterback Raymond Filyaw.
That's right. I'm here at the quarterback. Not a great game for you in terms of percentages and that kind of thing. You were 15 of 33, 155 yards. But did you learn something getting it done?
Yes, I did. We got a bunch of veteran guys on our team, and even though I didn't make the plays tonight, we stuck together as a team. We came down to make the plays at the end of the game and won the game.
That's right. You got it done regardless. You had a little bit of frustration, Eddie, with you getting wide open and not getting hooked up.
Yeah, we did, but you know, family members argue. We came to the sideline. We talked about what we had to do. I punched him in the mouth. He punched me back. And we're still married, and we still live to play next week.
Yeah, you had 2 touchdowns today. Only 2 receptions, 2 touchdowns, but you got it done. You got where you needed to be.
Well, the big thing about it, we got to win. We need this win. Our back was up against the wall. Everybody contribute 2 catches, but that's what it took for us to win the ball game, so I did my part.
Well, what are you guys going to do practicing, moving forward? What do you need to work on?
Making the throws. We got a short week this week. We got Detroit Friday. We got to fly back tomorrow, so we got a short week. We got to get back to work. We got this win on the road, and we're happy about it.
Yeah, this is a big win for you guys. Congratulations. We'll see you down there. Back to you guys.
All right, Jill, thanks. Raymond, Eddie Brown, well done. Good job, fellas, as we are back with you here at America West Arena. And you see the final margin of victory right there. So what do you zero in on, Yurko? Do you zero in on the fact that Jay Jones was able to cover that missed field goal, run it in for the touchdown? Because that's the whole ball game, at least statistically.
Well, during the course of the game, it's always 1 or 2 plays. Yep. Jay Jones did a nice job of coverage, streaking down that field. Hunky Cooper, who's usually reliable back there, all of a sudden this ball comes bouncing out. Cooper goes to take a look. Jay Jones comes. Johnny on the spot. Makes the recovery for the touchdown.
And there Jones pulls the football away from Muhammad Oliver. So Jay Jones out of James Madison University becomes the star of the ball game for the Indiana Firebirds. You know, at one point today I said, you know, if Indiana wins this thing, you look around and say, how in the world did they do it? Looks like they were using, you know, pulling it off with smoke and mirrors, but they don't give you style points in this business.
That's exactly it. There's no style points for a telemark landing, and the way Indiana did it, they played solid football. They didn't turn the ball over. They forced turnovers, and even though that kickoff that bounced off the net doesn't count as a turnover, that's one of the biggest plays in the game, and Jay Jones really did step up. He only had 4 or 5 plays, but he had 2 of the biggest plays in the interception and the recovery of the kickoff.
You know who does get style points, though, don't you? Jill Arrington and Mike Daly together down there on the field. Jill?
That's right. Not the prettiest game, but you got it done. A big win for you.
Yeah, no question about it. I thought we played hard and played the whole game, and it was a team effort, you know. It was an up-and-down deal throughout. Arizona's a good football team, and it's tough to come in here and beat them, and we're real happy we could.
Yeah, they have a tough defense. What did you see to exploit that?
Well, I don't know that we really did exploit it, you know. Made a few plays here and there. We tried to get some things going with the running game. That helped us a little bit, and it was really tough, you know. Just a good, balanced football team. It was a good win for us.
And looking at the performance of your team, what do you see that you need to work on moving forward?
Well, you know, obviously Raymond Filyaw is a young quarterback, and he missed some things tonight when, you know, when people were open, and hopefully he'll grow. You know, he's very coachable, and he's a tough-minded guy. So I think this week, looking at films, if he can see the things he needs to do to improve, and hopefully get better each week as the season goes forward.
Well, Coach, congratulations. I know you didn't feel well today, but you hung in there too. So we're glad to see that, and good luck moving forward.
Thank you very much.
All right, but guys, back to you.
All right, Jill. Coach, thank you. The 40th career regular season win for Mike Daly here today as his Firebirds win it at America West Arena. And you know, something we've not even talked about all day long, Yurko, that we need to talk about is that think about the Albany team moving to Indiana. They lose Joe Jacobs, a fine lineman who goes to the San Jose SaberCats. John Crick no longer here. He's now with the Denver Broncos of the National Football League. So it wasn't just Mike Pawlowski going by way of free agency and Phil Yaw coming in, but some of the line play has had to be rebuilt to a degree.
Some of the line play's been reshuffled, but the Firebirds did a nice job of putting pressure today on the quarterback, Chad May. They did a nice job on DeGrenier when he came in. And that was part of the reason that the Rattlers were as inefficient as they were on offense. The fact that when there were wide open receivers, there was good pressure on the quarterback, forcing him to throw the ball, throw it into the ground. And you got to give a lot of, I should say, credit to the defensive line, because they did a nice job of putting pressure on the quarterback.
And that's what you talk about. We just kind of say, well, they put a lot of pressure on, but that was one of the keys today. And were you surprised as I that after sitting for 3 hours, Chad May, number 5, gets pulled late in the game for Chad DeGrenier?
I was, and this reminded me a lot of a playoff game. Everything wasn't rolling well. It wasn't rolling good, but you see Sikora putting some pressure on. You saw Mohammed putting pressure on. A lot of guys coming through there and really doing a nice job. I haven't seen offensive stats as inefficient as these. 5 of 10 for the Rattlers, 4 of 11 for Indiana.
And the team with 4 of 11 wins the ball game.
Yeah, and it's surprising. And with the less passing yards, the time of possession ended up being equal on the day. The one place they did have an advantage is they were much more disciplined in the penalty area, and that helped keep alive a couple of drives for Indiana.
When we come back, we'll talk about another aspect of this game that we can't overlook. There's some venom flying through America West. We're back to wrap it up after this. Of the Arena Football League is being brought to you by Ford. The best-selling trucks are built Ford tough. Back with you at America West Arena. We're right in the middle of that downtown complex here, where the Indiana Firebirds this afternoon defeat the Arizona Rattlers 43-37. Welcome back, Eli Gold with John Yurkovich here in the booth. You know, one thing we've not had to really zero in on is Nelson Garner, the fine kicker for the Indiana Firebirds. He made 3 field goals today. 2 that he missed. One was from 58 yards out. One was from 53 yards away. And then they convert the 58-yarder into a touchdown off the missed field goal.
That's the one Jay Jones pounced on. It almost looked like an intentional play. Hey, if we're not going to make it and it's too long, let me fire it into the net. And the guy covering it has a chance to recover.
Now, for those of you who are in the Indianapolis area, might want to check out the Firebirds in person at Conseco Fieldhouse. You can do that May the 26th. That's their next home game against Detroit. There you see the upcoming dates, and those are very winnable ball games right there. Of course, Grand Rapids will be tough in Milwaukee, but
I'm sure they can't wait to get a hold of Chicago, since they lost the game in Chicago the other day in the 4th quarter with 3 turnovers. They're chomping at the bit to get back at the Chicago Rush.
Of course, Arizona has a game upcoming with Buffalo in just 6 days from now, and then they head to New York. Oklahoma, their offense is struggling, so Danny White would like to sick his defense on the Wranglers. Tampa Bay and Los Angeles, the upcoming games for the Arizona Rattlers. Don't forget to join us next week. We have got a great matchup for you. The only 2 undefeated teams in the Arena Football League, as Tampa Bay with John Caleo, Clint Dalzell, and the Grand Rapids Rampage. That is coming up next Sunday. Michael Trigg's team against Tim Markham's team. We'll have it for you 3 o'clock Eastern time. That is next week. Of course, the quarterbacking battle. A couple of vets right there, Yurko.
Dalzell, we had a chance to see him a couple of weeks ago. Very impressive quarterback. But the numbers that Caleo has been able to put up, he's got 0 interceptions, 26 touchdowns. You can't argue with those types of statistics. Should be a doozy next week. Both teams 5-0. Oh, it should be an exciting football game.
Now what everybody is doing here in Arizona, they're lining up outside the building because this man has a flight to make in about an hour. So everybody's going to be lining up watching Yurko run from the building directly to Sky Harbor Airport. Chad DeGrenier and the crew is going to get their autographs done. Yurko, run quickly. We'll see you next week.
It'll be a mad dash, Eli. We'll see you next week.
Folks, hope you enjoyed it. And again, don't forget to tune in next Sunday at 3 o'clock Eastern time. A great matchup for you. 2 of Arena Football's best this year. Tampa Bay and Grand Rapids. That's 3 Eastern, noon Pacific next Sunday on TNN. This has been a presentation of the Arena Football League. Permission must be granted by the AFL. For any reproduction or rebroadcast of this game, For Jill Arrington and John Yurkovich, I'm Eli Gold. Congratulations to the Indiana Firebirds, winners here today in Phoenix. So long, everybody.